Hi, I'm Cathures.
And I'm Shockburnt.
And we're here to read The Week Before. Finally. This is one we've been really looking forward to. Yeah. We've actually got two separate avatars this time for a change, which was an interesting challenge to do. And let me see. So basically, we were just talking before we started on this one about the fact that this cover changed for this one.
They go through a lot of cover changes with the books. We always get like an initial book, like art, like Submechanophobia, I think was famously like everybody was like, where did the mermaid go? And the mermaid's back, and
This one, it was like we've lost a bunch of artists, and then we've got someone who doesn't know the franchise, and they're like, looks up Freddy Fazbear, gets FNAF plus Freddy Fazbear.
Was the initial, yeah. When I first saw it, I didn't, I recognized it immediately because I'm not as like familiar with all the fan verse stuff.
Yeah.
And so I was like, and this was like, it hadn't come out yet either. And I was like, is it Toy Freddy? Because Toy Freddy has a red stripe. And I was like, but it's not. Why did they give him that hat? And it's FNAF plus Freddy.
Yeah.
But they changed it, so they updated the art.
Unsurprisingly, they changed it because people just go crazy about stuff like that, like little details. They're like, no, that's not okay. This isn't, especially when it's like a cancelled project. It's like, oh no, like that wasn't a good idea. Yeah, so we're excited about this one. We're not gonna have it on screen the whole time, because it's a paid book and whatever. So we'll have it up now and again when we're talking about stuff, but the rest of the time it will just mostly be us. Yeah, so this one was one that we've managed somehow through some miracle, and because PAX was going on, to miss spoilers for this.
Yeah. So,
nope, no, nothing, don't know anything about it. All I know is maybe there's a phone guy or something, but that's it. So we managed to avoid all that. People were starting to talk about it, and then PAX happened, and then everybody was just like, it's Roxy, it's the Mimic, and then that's fine, saved us the hassle.
Things looking into it. So I was talking with Cathures a little bit about this. So there's a different. I'd been waiting. I didn't want to do a full timeline until we had this book in hand. FNAF 1 is one of the most, I would say, almost one of the most difficult games in the series. Just because I think it was Scott's first one. He was so vague about everything. I'm not even sure Scott knew quite where he was going with it. So there are a lot of I think little details that, I'm not sure at this point, like, where Scott was like, this is what, FNAF 1 was meant to be. And I'll give some examples. So, the date for FNAF 1, like, on FNAF 2, Scott filled out the dates, he, on the checks and everything. On FNAF 1, he just had, like, the Lexes. He was like, eh. There's, the issue of the 5 children and, in later things, like in the movie and in the novels, when Charlie and Mike both visit the pizzeria, it's an abandoned pizzeria. It hasn't been going. So, that question is there in FNAF 1, which hopefully we'll get to see answered in this book. Is it an active franchise, or is it one is he guarding a long abandoned place as Mike and Charlie did, or go and visit?
I haven't thought about any of this stuff. I'm getting in with a blank brain. I don't want to think about anything. I'm like, fresh brain for me. I'm like, don't care about the movie, don't care about anything. I'm like, I'm just gonna read it as a book.
Yeah. Don't know the year for FNAF 1. There's just a whole bunch of interesting things. And then I was also saying in the movie, there were hints that movie William was phone guy. He dropped like phone guy's lines and stuff and talked on the phone, and it doesn't necessarily mean that for the rest of the series, but I don't know. We'll see if there's anything about that in there too, so we'll just see.
Yep. Yeah. And we've got our inventory up there. Just we'll update that as we go along. I'm assuming it's going to be like the last one, where we get a whole bunch of items. Probably more than the last one, because the last one was just a kind of teaser for the concept.
This one's quite long. We don't expect to get through it all.
No, we'll just do what we feel like. Probably a couple of hours usually is what we do, and then we just go so we'll do it in as many parts as it takes. But I'm pretty excited about it. Yeah, 50 endings seems like too many endings. I think we're going to die no matter what. It's going to be one of those ones where it's like, you open the box, you die. You go down the stairs, you die. I hope it's not like that, but we'll see.
I'm also interested to see, is just Ralph by himself? Is there anyone else here?
I don't even know who Ralph is. I didn't even know the guy's name was Ralph. That's how little I know about it.
Yeah.
But yeah. So let me check.
That was in the summary. I was also thinking that Scott, when he worked on the movies, he said he wanted to do each of the movies like FNAF 1, like FNAF 1 the game, and FNAF 2, like FNAF 2 the game. So we thought it might have been on his mind a lot, and maybe that this was an expansion of thinking a lot about FNAF 1. So, yeah, really excited to see more info on FNAF 1.
Yep. So, let me just flick through my DJ stuff again.
Mm-hmm.
The real MVP.
He hinted a little bit that maybe it was a bit more than just playtesting. I don't know if he helped with the mechanics and like the math and stuff.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Like, I don't know if he meant like he was helping Braden.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't know if he meant he was helping Braden with stuff or whatever.
But he might have helped with. But I don't know. Yeah, he didn't say specifically.
Our music cut off. There we go. That's fine. Right. Yeah. Because DJ Sterf is so cryptic. He's like, it's a secret. I'm looking forward to when he can actually talk about what he did. Because his videos are really interesting. He goes really in depth. Me moving my head like this isn't just to play with my ears. It's literally so that I can see past my microphone to see my stuff. In case anybody thinks I'm mental. Just sitting here like, ears. Right, so let's start. So we're going to be playing it on easy mode if there is an easy mode, which I think there is. So yeah, because I don't care for dying 800,000 times for no reason. Right, so let's just close this, man. Yeah, right. Just making it in a readable way. Kindle is so huge on my screen, like you would not believe how big it is. Hold on, it's because this screen is so big and then it gets over to the other screen which is smaller and it goes, I'm still enormous. I'm like, please. There, right. So, you are Ralph and working security at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza is your dream job. At least that's what you told them in the interview.
Well,
you've been there so long, the relentlessly cheerful animatronic characters feel like old friends. You love how their antics bring saccharine smiles to kids' faces. This place creates happy family memories, and you help make that possible. But all good things must come to an end. It's time to move on while you still can. This is your last week. You've always worked the day shift, but after a sudden staff vacancy and temporarily close your... Hold on, it's covered up by me. This stupid thing. I'm just going to read it on this screen. I don't care anymore. I don't care if we're reading it. Like, I'll put your big fat head on it. Yeah, your fat head can be on it. That's fine. Right, but all good things must come to an end. It's time to move on while you still can. This is your last week, but you've always worked a day shift, but after a sudden staff vacancy and temporary closure, management, with a capital M, like management, asked you to take the night shift for a change. Letting them down is never an option. Freddy, Bonnie, Chica and Foxy are Fazbear Entertainment's biggest assets. Your duty is to protect them and the restaurant's reputation. Your contract calls it a matter of life and death. I'm pretty sure there is a contract that says that in the game. I just can't remember where, but there is one that says like it's a matter of life and death. I think it might be like security breach or like help wanted or something.
Security breach has a long set of conditions.
Yeah.
Said very quickly.
You've heard rumours that the animatronics get somewhat lively after hours, but no one's better equipped to handle them than you. 22-time Employee of the Month. Oh my god, this guy is in the life. All the other employees must hate him. He's like, management. He's like, yeah, gets his picture on the wall every month. Oh god.
In the movie, they had Employees of the Month, and it was all the YouTubers.
Yeah. This guy would just be all him. But screw your Doco, screw your DJ Sterf, I'm the Employee of the Month. As Night Watchman, you'll face many choices that lead to various outcomes. If you find an item that might help you do your job, write it down for later. Now for your first big decision. Yeah, and it's if you want to play on easy mode or whatever.
Ruff seems alright. Ruff seems like an okay guy.
So, let's see. If you want to play on easy difficulty, add paperclip, screwdriver, and flashlight to your inventory. Right, so we're going to play on easy mode. Because Yeah, why not? Life's too short. Right. Me fighting with like windows all the time forever. Please let me resize it. Right, Windows 11 is just a piece of shit. Right, our inventory, right. Paperclip. Screwdriver. We're Henry, basically. Flashlight. Henry would have a bunch of crap in his pockets as well. Yeah.
You have a wallet.
And we'll touch here. No, it's doing that thing again.
You have to click somewhere else. That's what you...
I know, yeah, that's what we figured out last time.
Yep.
Night 1, 12 a.m.
Okay. Starting in kind of a very classic way.
Are we going to get 5 nights, like actual 5 nights at Freddy's, or is it going to be 6 nights?
6 nights, like actual 5 Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's like, I think someone was saying that Into the Pit was the first one we've ever had that had 5 actual nights in it.
I think it's a little bit, so it puts me in mind a little bit of like the missing children problem, where you're like, there's an extra.
Yeah. That's a whole long Sammy video that I'm not prepared to deal with. The security office at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza is practically a second home. You've spent so much of your time here over your career, probably too much. Probably too much time cooped up in a glorified closet, staring at a buzzing, flickering monitor until your eyes dry out. Yeah, this monitor.
Can you read it? It's really small.
Right, now we can actually read the text. Yay! So probably too much time cooped up in a glorified closet, staring at a buzzing, flickering monitor until your eyes dry out. But everybody's got to make her living, and you have an 11-year-old daughter, Coppelia, to provide for.
That's...
Coppelia?
Huh. Okay.
That's a hell of a
Immediately.
name.
That's some new information.
Why does it do this? This is the worst. It wastes so much space. You often feel like the only thing you're good at is protecting others, even at your own expense. The office is always dark since there aren't any outside windows, but somehow at night it still manages to give you the creeps. You're probably just spooked because you're all alone in the restaurant, aside from Freddy, Bonnie, Chica and Foxy. Animatronics aren't fantastic conversationalists, but boy can they sing and dance. I can't even read today, my brain's like... yes, that's much better. Right, of course they've also been known to do other things. Rumour is they've become strangely aggressive lately, but surely those glitches were ironed out or they wouldn't have reopened this place. Not that customers have exactly been flocking back yet. Yeah, so this implies, like, what? That this is after the incident?
Yes. Yeah.
But it's like, like, it's after the incident and people are coming back again.
So you left Mr. Cupcake out of that lineup.
I know, you only care about Cupcake. Right, let's see. After the restaurant closes and everyone's gone, the animatronics enter roaming mode and walk around to prevent their servos from locking up. You hear heavy footsteps echoing out there now. Clomp, clomp, clomp.
That's weird too, because doesn't he talk about roaming mode? I feel like there was some.
Yeah,
I have to go back. There was
yeah.
something about like FNAF 2 and where they talk about like.
Well, FNAF 1, he definitely says like it's to stop their servos locking up. That's why they walk around. So this is definitely like reciting FNAF 1's stuff, I guess. I'm just like, why is this such a big window? Yeah. Yeah. If animatronics encounter you in the restaurant at night, they should ignore you, but your safest bet is to stay in the office until 6 a.m. when they return to the stage, enter sleep mode and recharge. Then you can go home. Management cares about their employees, and it's time-consuming and expensive to hire and train new ones. Not to mention the occasional legal fees and the hassle of covering up accidents. So they installed reinforced doors on either side of the office.
Okay, there's the door lore.
Yeah, they're just like, we got fed up paying for, like, accident cover-ups, I guess. In the unlikely event that an animatronic visits you here, you can open and shut the east and west doors by pressing the big red buttons in the doorways. The light switches below them illuminate the east and west halls outside your office, so you can see whether anything is out there. This is the, like, tedious part where they have to, like, to redefine, like, here's what FNAF 1 looks like, guys. Surviving the night probably seems like a low bar for a job, but this isn't just about collecting a check. You may have to venture out of the office from time to time. The animatronics are clumsy and mindless naturally. If they break something out there, you have to go fix it and clean up the mess right away so the restaurant is ready to open. Just in case any customers show up. Think of the children. So what, like, they couldn't just do a quick cleanup at, like, I don't know, like 6 a.m. or whatever?
No, so I guess this in this universe or whatever, or this is definitely, so the restaurant is open and ready for business. Like there will be children there in the morning.
Why would there be children there at 6 a.m.? Is it like
they
what
need
child?
to play the arcades. They need their morning pizza.
They're like wakes
Breakfast
up
pizza.
Wakes up with it like crack of dawn, 5 a.m. Bye mum, I'm away to the arcade. Busts the door down at 6 a.m. They don't even get time to clean up.
They don't have PCs.
Sad times, man. They're like, I've got to go put quarters in Pac-Man. Got to pay William Afton's wages. Of course, your number one concern is making sure nothing happens to Freddy, Bonnie, and Chica. Oh, and don't forget Foxy. Do not forget about Foxy.
He's forgotten about
who? Yeah. Forget about Cupcake. You're like, don't forget about Cupcake. Cupcake's like, it's fine, I'm used to it. Right, let's see. There are 3 security monitors on the desk, but 2 of them are on the fritz. Yeah, well, there's actually 4.
I don't know, it's, Help Wanted set up, like, remember how, because Fazbear
it could be different, yeah, I'm just like, there's 4 in this. Replacing them would let you see more, but you guess management spend the money on those doors instead.
It's good that they did spend money on those doors.
Yeah. You use the control panel in front of you to switch the one working display to feeds from various cameras around the restaurant.
I wonder if we'll get any information about management as well.
You check the stage first. Your heart pounds when you see Bonnie and Chica are gone. So that's who you heard wandering around the restaurant. They're still here in this one. Freddy's just hanging out up there in his own. The brown bear is dapper, as always, in his black top hat and bow tie with no red band. You're glad they restored the vintage animatronic with his classic look.
Yeah.
Oh, you're like,
yeah,
we're vindicated.
So,
it's, oh god, we cannot
briefly.
Are you capable of briefly?
I'm capable of briefly.
Okay, let's see.
Right. So, in FNAF 1, you have the animatronics, they look like they do. You play FNAF 2, they look a bit different, and you have Between Night Dreams where they look the same as before. But, how can you see? You can't see in the future. So how can you be seeing that? Yeah. So our theory was that in 1985, the animatronics look just like they do in FNAF 1, and they got rebuilt into the withered animatronics, and then Fazbear, that didn't work out, and then Fazbear rebuilt them again, right back into their original classic look. I think there's some other theories going around a bit, like that the Withers never existed. They did exist for a time. They were on stage for a very short period, and then they put them back. So
yeah, they were like, wow, these guys are hideous.
I think, yeah, this goes into other FNAF 2 stuff, but ultimately that's the gist. That and so the ultimate result, I think Scott found a fun way to loop it back around so that we're playing at the restaurant with the animatronics as they look during the incident. Mm-hmm. Like in 1985, in the restaurant where the kids were killed, in the animatronics as they looked when it happened.
Yeah.
And then he did a little sequel where Fazbear
basically,
tried to change things.
like FNAF 1 is actually it's different than at this point in time. These guys are rebuilt versions of the original ones. And I think the thing that always confuses people is we never see the original ones in a game.
Yeah.
We never actually see them.
Go back to 1985
and people speculate that maybe the original Bonnie was blue. Mm-hmm. We see, I think they're the ones that appear in, maybe the posters, the kind of retro posters. But whenever you hear her talk about the crazy thing, the thing you remember is, we are talking about a version of the animatronics which we never saw in a game. Pretty much. These guys are just a tribute, like the song. They're just a recreation.
But pretty close.
Yeah, they're very close, but they're a recreation.
But they have been rebuilt.
Yeah. And this is just confirming what we always suspected ultimately, which is they're recreations.
They're restored, yeah.
Freddy doesn't wonder much.
Very nice.
As if he's above all that, just because he's the star of the show. Or maybe he's saving his energy for something. I'm the star of this show. You tell yourself as you switch
Ralph,
over to the Pirate Cove camera. Foxy is shy. The curtains are drawn, so he must still be back there.
He's shy.
Oh, he's shy. I know, he's Before you locate Bonnie and Chica, you discover a situation that demands immediate attention. The lights in the men's restroom are out. You must replace the light bulbs before your shift ends, and it's better to do it sooner than later. So we either inspect our desk or just exit immediately.
Gotta get light bulbs, don't we?
Yeah, we don't have any. We've only got, what, a paperclip, a screwdriver, and a flashlight.
Steve Cupcake's there. He might not be there for us.
The new day shift security guard left quite a mess. Yeah, it's just like, scrunched up food wrappers and empty soda cups everywhere. You know it can be hard to stay awake while watching cameras for 6 hours, but there's an unspoken rule in this office. Keep it clean for the next person. William's like, I don't care. Like, keep it. You're gonna have to leave a passive-aggressive note before you finish tonight.
Real office culture.
God, can you imagine William Afton getting like a passive note where it's like, he's like, maybe we shouldn't be a pig in here just because everyone's animals.
Awful.
He's like, I'm gonna come kill you, dude. They'll never make employee of the month with an attitude like that.
Oh no.
Just because
Ralph is a huge suck up.
Yeah, Ralph is just, he's like licking like management. Just because we don't often meet our fellow employees doesn't mean we aren't part of the same friendly Fazbear family, TM.
Okay.
It's important to have some pride and consideration. This is one of the reasons you agreed to record those training videos for new hires and leave phone messages as part of orientation. It helps you feel a connection to the other guards.
Ralph is an innocent and pure soul. What am I reading here?
Did William, like people are like, Ralph is phone guy, but like, what's to say William didn't hear his like peppy, like, hey guys, welcome to Fazbear Entertainment, like super peppy, like pro management
Ralph,
ones.
you know that you read a lot. You read aloud those passages about like, oh God, not reporting bodies and covering
He
up
seems
blood
fine
stains.
with it. He's like,
Ralph.
it's good that we covered up the incidents.
Ralph, no way. What's going on, buddy?
You hope hearing a calm voice helps them keep a level head when things get tense. And it's nice to know that even after you leave this job, part of you will always remain here.
Well?
No, is he just haunting the place at this point?
Yeah.
You yank open the top metal drawer and yup, more trash. You pluck out the crumpled balls of paper and soda cups and spot something small and shiny at the bottom of the desk. A paperclip. Those always come in handy. You slip it into your pocket and finish tidying up the office. All those soda cups remind you about the restroom and those broken lights you have to take care of. So we've got a second paperclip to add to our collection.
And we still can't make a light bulb out of that.
No, paperclip times 2. Yeah, that's not helped us get our bulb. And Foxy.
And no sign
And we're not watching Foxy.
No sign of confections.
No, and we're not keeping an eye on Foxy either, which is probably a mistake.
It's fine.
Add paperclip. And turn back. Right, so that's the bit we've already read. This is the main office area, so we just have to go, I guess.
Yep.
Eager to fix the restroom lights and get back to keep watch, you head out of the office through the west door. It's pretty dark in the hallway, but you have the layout memorised, even after the recent renovations. So, in addition to renovating the animatronics, they renovated the area. So, yeah.
So that's interesting, too. There have been some questions about the map
layout.
layouts and stuff, but if the building, people are like, does this building match this building? But if,
Yeah, and there's renovations to the building completely, so, yeah.
That's pretty interesting.
The supply closet is just ahead on your left. You want to stop there and pick up some fresh light bulbs since the bathrooms aren't always stocked. Yeah, why would you have just light bulbs in the bathroom? Like, how often do those lights go? You'd hate to have to make a second trip. Henry's, like, electrical wiring is just off the chain. Like, light bulbs don't stand a chance. You yank the door open and try to step inside the closet. I try to get into the closet, but you bump into something big, solid, furry, and wearing a blood-red bow tie. Bonnie. Wow. Bonnie's in the closet.
We messed this up immediately.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You recoil, raising your hands in a futile defensive gesture. An ear-splitting shriek cuts through the night as the 6-foot plush rabbit lunges from the shadows. The last thing you see before everything goes black is his massive jaw snapping open and shut. So we died immediately. But it's fine, because it was in the closet to Bonnie, who was in the closet.
There weren't any other options.
I think we just had to go immediately.
Really?
I'm assuming, like, it's going to be, like, the game where they move around or something. That would be my guess.
Okay.
Like, you can do, like, in these things, like, a ticking thing, sort of. You know, like, where the office will look like we're in the same office, but it's Office 2. Again, I don't know. It could be that.
Guess, yeah, try again.
Right, so we've done this. And we've done this. We've done this. And there's the office. Right, so we just leave at this point, yeah. What? Well, what else are we meant to do? Hold on, what is going on? Look, yeah, night one.
Oh, oh.
Oh, so there's more. I was like, that's weird.
We were trapped.
Well, at least we know that these two are bad news bears.
Okay.
So, yeah.
We can inspect the desk and come back. It was just if we exit the door on your left, we die.
Yeah, so then we come back. Yeah.
So check the cameras first.
Yeah, because we need to keep an eye on Foxy. It's always a good idea to check the monitors to see where the animatronics are at any given time, especially if you're thinking about leaving the office. You quickly click through the camera feed. Freddy's on the stage, but he's moved since the last time you looked in on him. He's facing the camera now, his eyes seemingly gazing into your soul as if to say, I know that you're watching. You shudder. Who watches the watcher? You're like Watchmen. You're like Watchmen nods.
Uh-huh.
White eyes peer from behind the curtain in Pirate Cove and then blink out. Not so fast, Foxy. You can't find Chica anywhere, but the camera in the kitchen has been broken for a while. It only picks up audio. No video. Something is in there, rattling pots and pans and banging cabinet doors. The giant yellow chicken has a voracious appetite. Sounds like she's a bit peckish and looking for a midnight snack. Bonnie? Where's Bonnie? There. In the West Hall, heading towards the security office.
Bonnie wants us dead.
I know. I'm like, what's your problem, bro? Right. So he's coming towards us.
He's on our left.
So he's on the left, and that's
We've got to go right.
So we just have to leave, yeah. The restrooms are located on the east side of the restaurant, so you head through the door on your right. You glance at the rules for safety posted as you exit the security office. You don't know why they're posted in this corner where kids shouldn't be anyway. The rules certainly don't apply to you, especially number 8, leave before dark. I thought I was going to say that, like, don't poop on the floor. He's like, I clean things up, so I'll clean this up.
No.
You laugh nervously.
But maybe the security guards, maybe that's the reason, like...
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like, they'll, like, clean up the office.
They're like, whose was this? They're like, definitely a child and not a scared adult.
The hallway is decorated with cheerful stars and a checkerboard stripe matching the floor tiles, but the dim light for the lone fixture overhead makes the fading decor seem almost sinister, especially the vintage character posters for Freddy, Chica, and Bonnie. Actually, what we can do as well, I think, is just, let me see, so we're doing this, I think it's just maybe worthwhile, like... like, I've got all the screenshots of all the different things.
Okay.
So for people who maybe aren't, like, obsessively, like, aware of everything.
Like the poster?
Yeah, like, like the rules for whatever.
The poster that also has cupcake in it?
That's us dying. That's us dying to Bonnie a minute ago.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Yeah, so... Yeah, so there's like... I'm trying to find it. I always find the west corridor. Yeah, because Foxy runs down that one.
You can show that one. We went down there.
Yeah, Foxy runs down this corridor a lot of the time. And let's see. Oh yeah, so there's the office. So yeah, no, there is a bunch of... There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 monitors in the normal one.
Okay.
But none of them work apart for like one of them, I think. It just helps because I know I can't always like visualize what it's talking about necessarily because it's so like exact to the game. There's the restrooms as well. So it's this one that the light's out on.
Mm-hmm.
Even though like there's never any lights on in the actual game in these places. It's funny that you have to change the light bulbs because that's something that you have to do in FNAF 6 as well.
Okay.
You know, like the little thing that like the little like loading thing, one of the things is changing the light bulbs.
Just what I think of when I think of bathrooms. Pizza.
Yeah. Well, this isn't the rules for fun, this is the rare one. Yeah, it's like, why is this poster back here? And it's like, it's in a weird back hallway, and it's the ones that are like kind of haunted. Yep. So, let's see.
Maybe Cupcake isn't in that poster.
It's interesting they've not mentioned Cupcake at all yet. Yeah, because look, again, like, yeah, the vintage character posters for Chica, Freddy, and Bonnie. What was that? You thought you heard something, but it was far off. A clanking sound, maybe from the kitchen? The kind of sound a 6-foot-tall animatronic chicken might make if it knocked a metal pot off a counter. You pause and strain your ears to listen, but you hear nothing more. You reach the dining area. An overhead light illuminates 6 long tables, already prepped for a party, with confetti tablecloths and party hats lined up. You start to make your way to the restrooms, but you freeze at the sound of slow, heavy footsteps. Yeah, we probably should hide, I guess, because this is... And again, like, Bonnie and Chica come through this bit all the time.
Yep.
I'm trying to see if I can find the map.
We're
as well.
out and about. We're just leaving.
I know,
that
like,
office.
running... I'm like, it feels weirdly scandalous.
Mike's like, nah.
Yeah, like, there's the tables.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I think there are more than 6, right? Because there's some in the foreground, but... Or no, is that reflections?
I don't know.
Or
I think this is just... Scott goes wild with reflections. Like, a lot of the time the reflections are really intense, so that might actually just be the number of tables.
Okay, I see. Yeah, maybe chairs. Yeah, 6.
And there's the rules for safety, the proper ones.
Okay, yep.
So, are we going to hide under the table? Or knock over a table as a distraction?
Hide under a table.
Let's do the...
We've got to clean it up if we knock stuff over. How are we
doing
going to
the
get
crying
employee of the
child.
month? Knocking things over.
We're doing the crying child tactic where we're like,
Ralph would
hide
never.
under the table. You scramble under a table and lie on your stomach, peering out from under the tablecloth. Now you feel the vibration of footsteps as well as hear them. They plod towards the dining area. The animatronic would be moving faster if it knew your location. If you make a break for it and stay low behind the tables, you might be able to reach the restrooms without being spotted, or you can cower here silently and hope whoever it is moves on soon. Wait.
Let's see.
Because sometimes it's just a waiting game.
They're going towards you.
Yeah, they're moving towards the dining area. But I think if we run for the bathroom, they'll see us.
Yeah, I guess we can wait. If you have a bonus item, you may use it. What bonus item?
I don't know, I guess it would say.
If you have the bonus item.
The bonus item, yeah, it's probably so they don't spoil it, whatever it is. So let's just wait. No, why are you like this, Kindle? I hate you.
You have to click up on the...
No, I don't have to press escape. They say discretion is the better part of valor, so you keep hiding and waiting. Definitely not because you're too scared to budge. Ralph ain't no feared. He's not scared. The footsteps cease, and you wonder if the animatronic is waiting for you. You clamp a hand over your mouth and count the dried, pale wads of gum stuck to the bottom of the table. 7. Gross. After several minutes, which seem more like an hour, you're pretty sure the coast is clear. From your vantage point on the floor, you don't see any oversized animal feet in your immediate vicinity. It's time to make your move.
Check tabletop.
Yeah. You crawl out from under the table. I was like, bite of 87. You crawl out from under the table and grab it to pull yourself up. Your legs are a bit shaky. There isn't a lot on the table. The flimsy white vinyl tablecloth is decorated with colourful confetti. It's disposable, so after a party, the staff can just scoop up all the plates, food scraps, and other detritus and toss it all into a garbage bag. It's wasteful, but faster and cheaper than having to launder dozens of fabric tablecloths post children's birthday parties every single day. Clearly they care about the environment at Fazbear Entertainment. They're like, all this plastic stuff, bundle it up, bin, get it in the bin. 5 pointed party hats with different coloured stripes are lined up in the middle of the table. Something shiny catches your eye. A foil gum wrapper.
Okay.
So we'll add that to our inventory. Well, like, has a gum wrapper, I guess. You sigh and slip it into a pocket to discard later. People just leave their trash wherever they feel. He hates trash, doesn't he? This wouldn't have happened in the old days when working at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza was a badge of honour.
What?
The franchise has truly fallen on hard times.
The gum wrapper? Someone left a gum wrapper.
One gum wrapper.
One gum wrapper.
And he's like, kids these days, unbelievable.
He's like, I live in a fallen society.
Yeah. Dystopia. He's like this dystopian gum
Hellscape.
wrapper.
With this gum wrapper.
He's like, I can't move, I can't go on like this. He's like that Native American for the movie, you know, the one with the single tear, you know, like the old ad where like someone throws rubbish away. Mm-hmm. There's like an old ad where it's like, yeah, I'm like, he's like, no. Let's see, the franchise franchise has truly fallen in hard times thanks to those pernicious rumours about missing kids, and the lingering bad press from the bite of 87.
Ralph, get your priorities in order, right? Like, Ralph, what
He's
do you
like
mean?
That silly old bite of 87, but this gum wrapper is the straw that broke the camel's back.
What do you mean all these murders have led to a gum wrapper being left behind?
Yeah, it was a slippery slope.
Ralph.
That was it. You let 5 kids die, and then it's just gum wrappers, and that's it. And that's it.
I feel like Ralph is casual about the wrong things.
Yeah. If only the victim could tell what he did to provoke that attack, but he doesn't talk anymore, or do much else. What the fuck? So the press completely blew the incident out of proportion, and the place hasn't been the same since. That makes it a little easier for you to be moving on.
Ralph?
So this is the I guess this is the restaurant closes by year's end part. You know, like when it's after the stuff, and he's just like, wow, that kid ruined everything. It's that
if only the victim could, well, we don't know if it was a kid or not. It says if only the victim could tell what he did to provoke that attack. And he is wandering around a restaurant, like, knowing that these animatronics are trying to kill him. Ralph,
hiding under tables because he knows they will kill him if they catch him.
And he's like, if only, like, that one guy hadn't deserved it. Ralph deserves to die.
I'm just thinking about it makes me think of that, you know, the David thing, like, did David cause his father's, like, collapse of his business?
No. If only the victim could tell what he did to provoke that attack.
Yeah. Was it his hat? Did his hat provoke them? Maybe he was wearing an ugly t-shirt. Let's see. If only the victim, this guy is an asshole. This guy definitely has phone guy energy. The press completely blew the incident out of proportion. Yeah, someone got their head bitten by an animatronic or something, presumably, and they're like...
He doesn't talk anymore.
He's like, That makes it a little easier for you to be moving on, but you're going to be a model employee right up till the end.
Yeah, well, goodbye.
No regrets were had.
Don't let the animatronic bite you on the way out.
Yeah. You step into the men's restroom and shut the door. The antiseptic scent of bleach still pervades the air, which is far from the worst thing you've whiffed in here.
Okay. Too many details.
I know. He's like,
I'm in the bathroom. Guess what it smells like? I'm like, no. Tell me.
It's the men's bathroom.
In excruciating detail.
Have you ever been in the urinal smell? Oh, no. You try and look around, but it's too dark with both lights out. That's why you're here.
Hooray!
The hero has come. Well,
you know, all this roaming around shit to fix, like, the restroom lights. This is why you're dead, Ralph.
Yeah. He's like, wow, I want to get the model employee.
You could barely survive if you stay in the office. Like, you're out of line.
Yeah, this guy is the soul of all staff bots in his heart.
Maybe he does become a staff bot.
He's a staff bot.
Maybe he gets a happy ending.
Yeah, that would be his happiest ending. He's like, welcome to the Pizza Plex.
I'm employee forever.
Uh-huh. I'm employee of the year every year for the rest of eternity. What are the odds that 2 bulbs would burn out at the same time? Maybe there was some kind of power surge. After all, the wiring in this building is ancient. I told you, Henry's shoddy wiring. That's probably why the cameras always glitch and the monitors in the security office keep overloading.
Now, it's interesting, but again, this is probably an obscuring on his part. It's the haunting.
Yeah.
You know, like we see that.
We saw it in the movie. You know, the movie where the lights on the sign change. You know, that's the most visual version we have of it.
And the mimic being around, lights flicker. So
yeah.
there's a haunting element for sure.
Yeah, like again, that's what I was thinking. The real clear scene where the Freddy Fazbear's sign comes on and goes off, depending on the haunting kind of thing in the movie. That might even explain some of the strange behaviour exhibited by the animatronics, unless you shake your head. You're in the dark when it comes to that stuff. In this case, literally, just focus on your job. You think, focus on getting home to Coppelia. Coppelia is such a weird name. I want to look up, what does Coppelia mean? Because Scott loves names. Loves name meanings. Coppelia. It's a ballet.
Oh, okay.
It's a young woman, but it's a ballet. So like, yeah. Yeah, that's like Elizabeth, like, you know, Elizabeth adjacent because of Ballora. But yeah, we do see the mini arenas and stuff as well, so that's interesting. But yeah, it's a ballet, it looks like.
Vanny practices ballet.
Yeah, there's a lot of, it's a really predominant kind of thing. I wonder if because of like the Black Swan stuff in FNAF as well, kind of thing.
Yeah, and we see Ballora. Yeah, there's music boxes.
Because again, we've got the mimic. That, I mean,
What's
Black Swan is a bit of mimic.
Did you look up real fast? What is the opera about? Does it have a summary?
Black Swan's a bit of mimic, where she pretends to be her.
No. Is it in Black Swan? Is that what?
No. I'm just saying there's a lot of Black Swan elements in FNAF. You know it because of the ballet and it's one of the more well known.
Self and stuff.
Yeah. So Dr. Coppelius is a doctor who has made a life-size dancing doll.
Oh.
It's so lifelike that Franz, a village youth, becomes infatuated with it and sets aside his heart's true desire, Swanhilda. She shows him his folly by dressing as the doll, pretending to make it come to life, and ultimately saving him from an untimely end at the hands of the inventor.
Okay.
This is, again, I told you, Scott does not flippantly do such weird names. That's definitely like an intended nod.
Yeah, so I would say this is close to, like Charlie Bots or whatever, Henry making a doll that was like his daughter and not, and we see that referenced a lot, like Eleanor impersonated girls and things, so for sure, yeah, that's a fake
yeah,
robot
and there's a whole
daughter.
lot more about it as well, like Swanhilda and her friends find themselves in a large room filled with people. However, the occupants aren't moving. The girls discover that rather than people, these are life-size mechanical dolls. They quickly wind them up and watch them move. Swanhilda finds Coppelia behind a curtain and discovers that she too is a doll. Dr. Coppelius returns home to find the girls. He becomes angry with them, not only for trespassing, but also for disturbing his workroom.
It's interesting. She has a weird name because it's Dr. Coppelius, and it's just like a female version of his name.
Yeah, it'll probably be some kind of like, family thing. Because you get that in, I think it's like, there's different countries where you have ska or ski. I think it's like Russia. You'll have Francesca, depending if it's the son or the daughter, you get endings like that on surnames in a lot of places. Yeah. It's weird, because he wants a human sacrifice. Look, oh my god!
Okay.
However, upon noticing Franz at the window, Coppelius invites him in. The inventor wants to bring Coppelia to life, but to do that, he needs a human sacrifice.
Yikes.
With a magic spell, he will take Franz's spirit and transfer it to Coppelia. After Dr. Coppelius prepares him some wine laced with sleeping powder, Franz begins to fall asleep. The inventor then readies his magic spell. However, Dr. Coppelius did not expel all the girls. Swanhilda's still there, hidden behind a curtain. She dresses up in Coppelia's clothes, pretends the doll has come to life. She wakes Franz and then winds up all the mechanical dolls to aid their escape. Dr. Coppelius becomes confused and then saddened when he finds a lifeless Coppelia behind the curtain. And basically it ends with him paying Dr. Coppelius to get away. And they get married. But this is definitely 100%.
Especially, for a reference. He loves fantasy and older stories, and so 100% it'll be a reference to that. Yeah, I think especially the part about where it needs a soul.
Yeah, he needs a sacrifice to bring back a doll to life, kind of thing. Yeah, and that's the agony or whatever. Why did he kill all these kids?
That's what happened. Baby needed Elizabeth's soul to become aware. It was a lot. Baby was alive before. But it needed, to add context, the soul kind of gives it, I don't know, kind of a context for everything.
So do we replace the light bulb, listen at the door, or inspect the sink? We should probably keep an eye out, but I don't know if that's matters or what.
I guess... We've been pretty cautious so far. I just want to look at the sink.
I know, you like want to touch everything. I'm like, is it going to get us killed if we look at the sink?
I mean, maybe.
Oh, let's look at the sink. Ugh.
Yes!
Plink, plink, plink. That dripping faucet is so annoying you can't concentrate on anything else. Yeah, you couldn't concentrate on anything else. You turn to your right and feel for the sinks as you edge along the wall. When you reach them, you tighten the hot and cold water taps until the drip stops. The sink is filled with water. It appears that something is clogging the drain.
Oh, God.
Oh, no. You probe it and feel something soft and slimy. You pry it loose and squish it in your fingers. It's slightly sticky. You raise it to your nose and sniff tentatively. Chewed gum. Ew. With the obstruction removed, the water drains out of the sink, gurgling down the pipes. Add chewed gum to your inventory.
You can put it right in that wrapper. Why have we been adding...
Oh, yeah, we do. We have some chewed gum for our gum wrapper. Great. Fantastic. There we go. Chewed gum. Love a good chewed gum. At least he didn't chew it, I guess, is the only
item.
mercy.
Great.
You step back into the men's restroom and shut the door. The antiseptic scent of bleach.
It's all the same.
Yeah, that's the same bit. Yeah. So, what do we do?
It's either we replace or we listen.
It's up to you.
I guess we can listen.
Maybe the darkness is making you paranoid, but you press your ear against the door and listen. I'm good at listening. Big ears. If an animatronic follows you into the restroom, it won't be great for you. There's only one way out. At least I'm in the best place for a person to lose control of their bladder. He's like, good employee, won't piss on the floor. I'll piss in the toilet. I'm like, oh my god, dude, what the hell? You chuckle and wince as the sound echoes around you. The restaurant sounds quiet, which oddly makes you feel even more nervous. The darkness seems to be pressing in on you, making it hard to breathe, even harder to think. Your imagination is running wild without any sensory inputs.
Oh, good. We just made his, fear/anxiety meter go up.
Good. All you want to do is replace the light bulbs and get back to the security office as quickly and safely as possible. Yeah, we're putting his scared meter up. That's funny, you can see me petting Darcy. I was like, pets the cat, pet the cat. Let's replace the light bulb. How many night watchmen does it take to change a light bulb? None. They refuse to do it because if they chase away the night, they're out of a job.
That is the worst joke I have ever heard.
That's like worse than a Christmas cracker joke, honestly. Like, if you even read that at the Christmas table.
That's not what turning on a light bulb does.
No. It doesn't chase away the night.
The night watchmen do have access to light bulbs.
Yeah, isn't it part of your job,
well?
dude? Yeah, and he came issued with a flashlight.
I'm sure it's some larger thing about light and dark.
It's silly. He's silly. You smile to yourself. You smile to yourself. This guy's
he's a dad.
You smile to yourself at your shit joke.
Maybe he's a dad. Maybe his daughter's a fake robot. Who knows?
You smile to yourself as you take a detour to retrieve a step stool and a new bulb from the maintenance closet. You often make up jokes in your head while you're working, and you can't wait to get home to inflict your latest creations on Capelia. She'll groan loudly and say affectionately, "Bad joke, Dad."
Affectionately.
God, I mean, his dad jokes are another tier. Some people's dad jokes are, funny, like a silly pun. This one's like, how many night watchmen does it take to change a light bulb? None, because the fear of death pursues them through the dark. You know, it's some kind of... what? What are you talking about, dude? Yeah. You'll remind her that telling dad jokes is a mandatory requirement of all fathers, and you never shirk on your duty. The boring real answer...
He's it's because it's a job, and I like jobs so much.
I love my job. Wow. The boring real answer to the question is, of course, 1. You finish twisting the new bulb inside the socket and say, "Let there be light." He's God now? As it flickers on, casting the bathroom in its warm glow. You blink.
Little Christian joke in there for the Bible homies.
He's like, I wish Capelia was here to laugh at that one too. I'm like, dude. You blink as your light adjusts to the darkness. The white porcelain urinals and sinks are gleaming. This is the cleanest bathroom will be all day. Once the restaurant opens and kids are unleashed to eat and play, this will quickly become one of the most disgusting rooms in the facility. One light down, one to go.
Listen at the door.
We've got a friend who is like, I love this character, and I'm just like, laughs. Your caution pays off. It's just because it's cute. It's just a cute character. Your caution pays off. You hear footsteps outside, moving much more quickly than Bonnie or Chica usually do, getting louder by the second.
No! That's fast.
Foxy, yeah. Well, you've been in the restroom. You haven't been keeping an eye on Pirate Cove. Foxy must have left his attraction. You hope he didn't hear you working in here, but he does have big ears. They're among the few parts that still function on the tattered old animatronic. Yeah, he's on his way to the restroom right now, and you don't have much time before he gets to you. Don't barricading the door. He bangs on the door, doesn't he?
Yes, but
maybe hide.
I don't know. He's so fast. I mean, you have an enforced door, and that works. You have to be behind an enforced door because he's.
But this isn't an enforced door because this is just a restroom door. I don't know. And my gut says stall, but we can do the door if you want.
Okay, my gut says barricade, but we can do
stall. No, you're more sensible. I get killed all the time. I'm like, my self-preservation skills are not my best skill.
Oh, you're right.
You can't lock the door because kids always find a way to get themselves trapped inside the restroom, so you look around for something to shove against it. The trash can doesn't look heavy enough and you're out of time. Foxy's outside. The door moves inward and you lean your back against it, pushing it closed again with all your might, as if your life depends on it, which it does. The light bulb you just changed starts flickering as Foxy's metal hook bangs and scrapes against the door. Each impact sends a jolt through your body, vibrating in your bones. You hope Foxy will just go away, but he keeps pounding on the door and screeching. Sweat pours down your face and your feet slide on the slick tiles. You're losing your grip on the bathroom door and on reality. The door opens enough to let him get his metal hook inside. The pointed tip's an inch away from your right eye. All you have to do is hold the door until 6 a.m. Unfortunately, you can't hold it for 6 seconds.
So, Ralph, not athletic.
No. Again, Foxy's heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's heavy, and again, he takes a huge chunk of your power off of, like, a reinforced door every time he hits it.
But I guess he just kept it up with that one.
That's not correct. Back is what I'm doing. Right, so
hide.
Let's hide in the stall. Hide, you have to hide. You can't fit in the maintenance closet. It's too small and crammed full of mops, buckets and cleaning supplies. Your only option is to duck into one of the stalls and stand on the toilet like you did in elementary school when you needed to get away from the mean kids.
Aw, he was bullied.
Bullied. I wonder why. Why this man was bullied. Did he tell them a joke? Was he like valedictorian? Was he like, I'm the best in school, I'm the best at this?
Tell everyone the teacher's like, he left a gum wrapper out.
A gum wrapper on the table, miss. Gum wrapper, and it was him. They're like, we're gonna get you.
He's like, oh no.
Yeah, now that you think about it, maybe that's one of the reasons you became a security. Oh my god, he's a side cop at birth. He's just like, he's big cop vibes. He's like, I wanted to become a cop, but I couldn't. So I became a security guard instead at a children's pizza place. So you could help those who can't help themselves. Of course, you imagined that you would be armed in order to protect and serve. I told you, he wants to be a cop. But weapons of any kind aren't allowed at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. William's like, these things are worth more than you are. Nothing kills a kid's party more than seeing someone with a taser hanging out in the corner, even if he is a good guy.
A taser. A good guy with a taser.
A good guy. Good guys with tasers. Yeah, those are common. You dash to the first bathroom stall, but find that it's locked from the inside. It's secured with a simple slide bolt latch. You might be able to get it open if you had something thin enough to fit between the door and the jamb. We've got paper clips.
We do have paper clips.
We've got like 100 paper clips.
We've got 2 paper clips. Let's use paper clip.
Yeah, paper clip. You check your pockets for the paper clip you found earlier. Got it. You straighten out the wire and then bend one end of it up into a right angle. Foxy isn't the only one with a hook now.
Okay.
You insert your new makeshift tool between the door and frame and fiddle around. It only takes you a second to catch the knob of the bolt and slide the lock open. The door swings out towards you. You slip into the stall and pull the door closed. You don't believe this. The door won't stay shut. The slide bolt is jammed now. Oops. And you can't lock the door. What rotten luck. Foxy's footsteps stop outside. Gum. We've got chewed gum. Well, yes. That's good. So we'll use our chewed gum as well, I guess.
Gross.
You pull the wad of chewed gum for your pocket and pick lint off it. Why even bother, honestly? It's still soft and slightly sticky. You wedge it in the door lock and the door stays closed. You sigh with relief and crouch on the toilet, tucking your feet under you and out of view. The restroom door creaks open and bumps against the wall. Someone is there waiting in the doorway. Waiting, watching, waiting. Somehow you manage to remain perfectly still, and eventually, whoever it is leaves. It was Foxy, obviously. Right, so we've used up our chewed gum.
Mm-hmm.
And we used up one of our paper cups. Yeah. So... Peek. Yeah, let's make sure, because we don't want to die immediately. You lower yourself gently to the floor of the stall, freezing any time you make the slightest sound and waiting for a moment before you continue. Soon you're lying on your belly, grateful that the restroom has been so thoroughly cleaned. By you, maybe? You peer out from under the door. No sign of the metal legs and feet of Foxy's exposed endoskeleton. From here you can glimpse a sliver of the restroom's hallway, and beyond that, the dining area. All is quiet. You lie there for a few more minutes to be sure you're alone and to settle down and catch your breath. That was too close. You're getting nervous about being outside the security office with its cameras and door locks to make you feel, well, more secure. But before you can head back there, you need to finish your job for the night.
I will say one thing for Ralph, using up no power.
No, yeah, he's not even shut the doors at all.
Checking cameras, shutting doors.
The animatronic's just, like, confused walking into the security room, like, where is this guy? Like Foxy and that, like, presses the buttons on the thing, like, there's no one here.
Yeah, we need to do the second light.
Yeah. You stare up at the second broken light bulb. You're the only thing standing between me and home tonight, you say. So I'm talking to inanimate objects now, and myself. That's awesome. You've been through a lot already. You're tempted to leave now, knowing that someone on the day shift will have to replace the bulb and fix that bathroom door if you don't. But like you said in one of your training videos for the restaurant, you can't spell team without M and E.
That doesn't make any sense.
I know. After the bite of 87, you heard some of the staff twist that around to you can't spell team without M-E-A-T. You didn't much appreciate that. He's like, I don't appreciate that, guys. That's not funny. He's like, maybe I should tell management that you're twisting our values into something.
He's like, whoa, was that a joke?
Yeah. Yeah, an actual joke. He's like, that's too advanced. I don't appreciate it. People deal with tragedy and loss in their own ways, sometimes with humour. But hey, at least it shows they were listening during orientation. Oh, he's a team leader, isn't he? Like, the fact that he makes these and then, like, he's not a manager, but he's team leader material, you know, like... If you replace the second light bulb, or if you look inside the second bathroom stall...
What's going on with the second? It
why is
really
it
wants
locked?
us to go in there.
I know, it was like it's locked. Why is it locked? Should we go in it?
Yeah, there's probably a ghost in there.
The close call with Foxy has you on edge, jumping at shadows and constantly glancing over your shoulder. You're pretty sure the second bathroom stall is empty, so why do you hear hoarse, garbled whispers coming from inside?
It's Hanako.
It's like... Golden Freddy's like, I needed a pee-pee.
No.
You can't make out the words, but it sounds like someone's reciting poetry or a song or a children's
I knew
rhyme.
there was ghosts in there.
Or maybe it's a jingle from a TV commercial. Something something stains, something something remains. It's probably an ad for a laundry detergent, but where's it coming from? You pull the door towards you slowly. Empty. Well, not quite. A ballpoint pen's lying on the floor at the base of the
free
toilet.
toilet pen!
Toilet pen! Made it all worthwhile. Free toilet pen. I won't have to mourn or like chewed gum because, yeah, oh god, the bacteria on that pen. You don't know how the cleaning crew missed that, but you're definitely going to shove it in their face.
Wow.
He's like, toilet pen!
Shove it in their face like look at this prize that I've discovered. You guys.
He's like, I
weren't
can't.
good enough.
He's like, I cannot. He's like, I'm harrowed and disappointed that you missed the toilet pen. He's like,
in the haunted stall.
It's just in that haunted stall in the bathroom. He's like,
where there's some child whispering about, you know.
He's like, I heard the tormented whispers, but it didn't excuse the pen. The door of the stall bumps closed behind you. Your pulse quickens as you imagine yourself being trapped in here, but you force yourself to turn around calmly. That's when you see the word written on the inside of the door in angry scribbles of ink. It's me.
Aww.
Weird.
An artist.
You'll have to leave a note for the crew to scrub that off first thing in the morning, and you'll be sure to suggest to management that they add no vandalism to the list of rules. You exit the stall and go to replace the second broken light bulb. Dude, you're the worst here.
We just if we take away our gum and our paper clip, we should have one
Toilet
paper clip.
pen.
Oh, there we go.
There, got a toilet pen.
Great.
You replace the second light bulb even faster than the first. The later it gets, the more dangerous it is to be outside the security office. You haven't been watching the cameras, but you have to assume all the animatronics are walking around now. With the bathroom once again bright and cheerful, you can head back to safety, but getting there will be very unsafe. You return the step stool to the maintenance closet and dispose of the old burned out bulbs in the trash. You glimpse your reflection in the wide mirror. You look terrible. The light reveals deep shadows under your eyes. Transitioning from day shift to night shift is already starting to fatigue you, making you question what's real and what isn't. At least it's only for a week, and then you can rest as much as you want before diving back into your job search.
Why is he losing his job?
He's not, he's like quitting, he said. Moving on. Like, obviously a job search means he doesn't have a job lined up.
So here's the question as well. Did he say, like, hey guys, I think I'm going to take my leave, and they transitioned him to night shift?
Yeah, it looks like it. They were like, you're going to leave, or you're going to leave forever.
That's pretty, not great.
It's it's just typical, like, corporate, innit? They're like, you're going to leave, have the worst job before you go. A position's opening up for a security guard at your daughter's school, and you really hope you get it. But middle schoolers can be just as difficult to handle as animatronics. In some ways, Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy are just big, terrifying kids. Yeah, he does know. Yeah, he's like, they're just big kids. Big kids. You hope you don't run into any of them on your way back to the office. Better hurry, your shift's almost over. Listen at the door.
I guess.
I'm just always like, we should just keep an eye out.
Sure. I'm like, we're running out of paper clips, dude. Like, just die or don't.
You're itching to get moving, but you press your ear to the bathroom door and listen. It sounds quiet out there. You grab the handle and are about to open the door when you glance down. Faint light for the dining area seeps in from under the door, but it's interrupted by two shadows. Those could be feet, you think. Really big feet. The movement stretches out for a long time. Your knuckles are white. You're gripping the door handle so tightly. But then the shadows are gone and you hear footsteps moving away. You've been breathing shallowly the whole time, worried you'd be heard, but you take in a deep breath. It's now or never.
Okay.
You sneak back to the security office without encountering any more animatronics. By the time you get there, it's 5:45 a.m. Your shift's almost over. You check the cameras. To your relief, Bonnie, Chica and Freddy are all present on the stage and the curtain is drawn at Pirate Cove. Previous night watchmen have reported the animatronics behaving strangely, but like everyone else, you dismissed their wild stories. Sometimes people fall asleep staring at the camera feeds and they imagine things, bolstered by the old rumours and stories. The mind can be a funny thing, making it hard to distinguish hallucinations from reality. Now you feel bad for not believing them, and you know that if you tell others about what happened tonight, they won't believe you either. Perhaps they would even discourage you from talking about what you've seen. You would never do anything that would harm Freddy Fazbear's pizza. You've put too much time in, put so much of yourself into your job that you're practically a part of it yourself.
No, dude, you're over-identifying.
You never pictured yourself leaving, but it seems like the best time to go, especially considering everything that happened tonight. Just 4 more shifts left. You can do this. So either tidy up, sit down, or we don't have a bonus item, so we can't use it.
We already tidied, didn't we? Are we tidying again?
He didn't tidy the office, did he?
Let's tidy again. It's Ralph. So.
You start putting the security office back together the way it should be for the next shift. You toss all the garbage for the desk into the trash can. The sight of those food wrappers and soda cups sets your stomach growling. You haven't eaten in the last 6 hours. You clear out junk from the yellow lockers at the back of the room as well, including a year-old packet of toaster pastries that you choke down because you're that hungry. No. Yum!
It's Pop-Tarts,
Pop-Tarts,
right?
Yeah. He's just ate a year-old box of Pop-Tarts, like a ravenous raccoon.
Didn't even.
He's just like, hum, 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 hum.
Toast them.
You return to the desk, 5 minutes to go. You click through the cameras. The animatronics are still where they belong. Already the events of the night are starting to seem just like a bad dream. Your attention falls on the poster behind the TV. Celebrate, it implores in bright bubble letters above a group photo of Bonnie, Freddy and Chica. These lovable characters couldn't be capable of the horrors you've just experienced, could they? Maybe you've just been misinterpreting everything. This place can have that effect on people when it's late and you're tired and hungry. And lonely. And lonely.
Okay.
Yeah, he's like single parent problems.
Mm-hmm.
Presumably single parent. He's not mentioned his wife, but that could just be like the William thing where he never talks about his wife.
Women don't exist.
Yeah. Yeah. Five Nights at Freddy's where women, it's like, doesn't look like anything to me. You stare at the image while moving your head from side to side. From some angles it looks like there's a bulge in the paper. Before you can investigate, a red light starts blinking on the telephone. Oh, the phone. Should we answer the phone? We should answer the phone.
You want to see if it's manager?
I want to know who it is.
Or if it's haunted.
Yeah, maybe if it might be Golden Freddy, like... The black office phone is dusty, but the handset is smudged. There's a small smudges on the 1 and 9 buttons. Someone has used it recently. So 911. See?
Okay, yeah.
Some people around here know you as the phone guy because of your voice messages that are forwarded to new hires with reminders,
Totally confirmed. Ralph
tips,
is
and encouraging
phone
words
guy
to
here.
support them during their orientation week. Ironically, you don't use the phone much yourself. You record the messages and management schedules them to go out automatically. They've probably been using the same ones for ages. Maybe you should update them before you go.
This is another point, like he says, essentially like, oh, this is your last night. We think that maybe we've been talking to him every night, but it's established, he's dead. He's probably been dead for a little bit.
Yeah.
And the messages were recorded. I think in FNAF 2, this ties into, like, the whole, like, vintage animatronics thing, but I think those messages are possibly recorded as well. And his messages are recorded, of course, in FNAF 3, so.
Does sound like... How long does he say he's been there for? Like, years?
Just said years.
Yeah, years and years he's been there.
Did he say 22?
I don't know. He said like, a lot of months, like, and that was just how good he'd been. But yeah, he's been here forever, so he's met William and Henry.
What's 22 months of? That's like 2 years, right? Close to.
Yeah, could
24 months is 2 years.
But this guy's definitely met the founders and stuff because he knows about the bite and stuff, presumably. But I don't know. Maybe
he
it's
hasn't talked
later.
about them yet. It would be nice.
Yeah. Because that could be who he's talking about when he says management, but we don't know. Right. A faded scrap of paper taped to the phone has a handwritten list of extensions of various locations around the pizza place. Backstage, parts and service, dining area, party room 1, Pirate Cove. Another number is provided for voicemail. The red light continues blinking on the front of the phone. Someone has left you a message. So voicemail then.
Yeah.
Call home for his daughter.
That's it.
That blinking red light captures your attention. You don't remember whether it was there when you returned to the office or whether it appeared while you were tidying up. You assume it's an automated message sent by the system, but you can't quell your curiosity about it. It's interesting because that red light, see it?
Mm-hmm.
There is there, like...
Mm-hmm.
You pick up the receiver and push the flashing red button which automatically dials voicemail. Welcome to the Freddy Fazbear's Pizza answering service. Please enter your 4-digit access code at the sound of the beep. Beep.
We don't have a code.
No, we don't have a code.
Unless it's beep.
Yeah, we don't have a code. You watch the clock on the desk as the numbers flip over from 5:59 to 6 a.m. Yay, you survived your first night at Freddy's. All is quiet as you leave the security office and pass through the restaurant. You step outside and take in the fresh, cool air, happy and grateful to be alive. Even the early morning light seems too bright after the darkness of the pizza place. You lose all sense of time in there, since most of the windows are in different parts of the restaurant. There isn't a cloud in the sky. It looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. Too bad you'll have to sleep through most of it once you send Capelia off to school. And then it won't be long before you're back here for your second night. Who knows what that will bring? You lock up the restaurant, wave goodbye to the sleeping animatronics inside, and head home.
Could you just leave a note? 2 things I wanted to check. That lump in the poster and the voicemail message. You don't need to keep it in our inventory.
Yeah. I was like... I don't have a note. I can't just write notes on my brain. I can put one here, I guess. Lump in post. What was the other one?
Voicemail message. We need a code for it.
Voicemail code. Yeah.
Goodbye to the sleeping animatronics. You're like, goodbye. You tried to kill me.
It
Okay.
doesn't want to do this. Yeah. When you get home at 6:30, you wish you could go to bed, but your day isn't over yet. Now it's time for your second most important job, parenting. This one is full-time and pays nil, but you wouldn't have it any other way.
You wouldn't change the pay?
I think this is cute as well, because the author for this is just a really sweet guy who has like a kid, and he plays games with them and all that. You know, it's just cute because it's like, yeah, he is writing the dad jokes from a dad place. However, getting your 11-year-old daughter Capilia up and ready for school is more challenging than anything Freddy Fazbear's Pizza could throw your way. You peek into her bedroom and see her still snoozing peacefully. Books are scattered across her bedspread and on the floor, and an open one lies on her chest, rising and falling with her steady breathing. She was clearly up late last night, reading as usual. You laugh a little when you see Drill in the corner of her mouth and a damp spot on her pillowcase. I wish I had a camera, you think.
Terrible.
He's like, that's for the one that he'll whip out in like 20 years' time to show her like fiance or whatever. Like, look at this. You go into the kitchen to make breakfast, intentionally banging pots and pans around as you cook eggs and bacon. You can't help but think of Chica, and you force the thoughts away. You're off the clock now, and you will not let the animatronics live rent-free in your head.
That's the real, like, work nightmare.
The combination of Capilia's alarm clock and the aroma of bacon is enough to wake her. She pads out into the kitchen in her rocket ship pajamas, hair a tangled mess, and her face lights up when she sees you. Missed me, huh? You say, twirling your spatula. No, I just love bacon so much. She gives you a hug, and by extension the person making it for me. You laugh. But seriously, I missed you, she said. Well, you were sleeping? Especially then. I never sleep well when you aren't home. I hate leaving you, but it's just for this week. He's like, leaves her in the house herself. What age is she?
I think she was 11 or 12.
She sees the concern on your face and puts a hand over her mouth. Oh, Dad, I didn't mean to guilt trip you. I'm fine, really. Mrs. Andrews always looks in on me, and she hears everything that goes on around here. That's an understatement. You smile. You're grateful to have someone close by to watch the house when you're away, but you've never worried that Capilia will get in any trouble on her own. If anything, she's keeping an eye on kindly Miss Andrews, who had sadly lost her own daughter at a young age years ago and has been overprotective of neighbourhood kids since. That's weird.
Yeah.
That is weird.
And this is just an off, not off, so probably not. I mean, it doesn't make sense, but I don't know. This guy feels like a little Henry-ish and a little like Charlie-ish with like the Capelia thing with the rocket ships, with the reading all the time, and Mrs. Andrews has like a proper name. It's like Mr. Afton,
It's
and
just it's interesting.
He would have lost a daughter, like he would have lost.
It's again
Elizabeth.
the repetition of these kind of themes, that like loss of a child and whatever. Like we see it like through everything.
Mm-hmm.
Capilia reaches for the tray of cooked bacon. You slap her hand away. You are not getting one slice of bacon until you're dressed for school. She sticks her tongue out and disappears into her room. Capilia comes back in record time with her hair neatly tied in a ponytail, a bedazzled purple t-shirt, tights, and a jean jacket. She sits down and you put the purple's Charlie's colour.
The bedazzling and the jean jacket obviously dates this, right?
The 90s.
Yeah.
I had a denim jacket. You weren't allowed to
the
wear
80s
them.
or the 90s. It'll be, obviously, it's past 1987.
Yeah.
It will be past 1987, but...
And it feels early 90s to me because that was when I had a denim jacket. Like, at my school, we went to school in the 90s and you weren't allowed to... The teachers used to stand at the door, and when we came in, they would make us take our denim jackets off because we weren't allowed to wear them in the school. And then if we were crossing the schoolyard, they would make us take the jacket off there because they were crazy. They're like, get jackets off! Jackets off! And I live in Scotland. It rains every day. Every single day. And they'd be like, jackets! Get your jackets off! You can only come in here with a school blazer. No jackets. Forbidden denim jackets. Yeah, so I'm like, yeah, it's probably the 90s is my gut feeling, but it could be later. Could be like 2000s even, because it was popular then too. How was work?
When was the Bedazzler made?
The Bedazzler?
Yeah.
I don't know.
They used to have like commercials. For
We'll
TV all
just
the time.
like dates ourselves horribly here. Invented. Bedazzler. Bedazzler's been around since the 70s.
I thought so. It was I thought it was 70s as well. When were jean jackets popular? That was in Nope as well. Jean jacket. It's the name of the alien.
I think they've been popular forever.
It's also 70s? No?
Like, I think they've been popular forever, but there was rises and falls in it. When were jean jackets most popular? It's like they made a mainstream resurgence in the late 2000s.
But resurgence from when?
I think
70s and the 80s.
They've been around since the 19th century.
Yeah.
They kind of come in and out. People fucking love the jean jackets.
70s and 80s.
They're due to come back again. Invest. Buy. Get the denim jackets. They're coming back. You heard it here first.
But we see a similar outfit with Susie as well. In,
for me, the
Coming
purple,
Home.
like Charlie likes purple. She wears purple all the time, is what it makes me think of. But yeah.
Susie's.
How was work? She asks. Uneventful, you lie. Sounds like my dream job, she says, sitting at a desk in the middle of the night, pushing buttons. I would catch up on so much reading until boredom kills me. You would not be killed by boredom at Freddy's, you say, and promise me you'll never work there. She laughs. Okay, sure. Now, how was your day? You catch up with each other while you eat breakfast, then she notices the time on the Kit Kat clock and jumps up. Now, that dates it.
Okay.
That's the clock with the eyes that go side to side.
See, this is both very 80s.
1990.
1990, okay.
They became really popular. That's the one that looks side to side.
Yeah, I remember.
And you see it all the time in cartoons and movies as well. But yeah, it looks like if it was battery operated, it was made after 1990.
Okay.
So obviously it's been around since like the 40s, but I remember it was
All right.
really popular when they became battery operated later. So yeah, it's definitely giving me 90s vibes.
Okay, sure, yeah.
Makes sense if there's an 87 byte that's not that long ago. 90s are our time. Our era. Millennial as hell. My boss, she shoves another piece of bacon in her mouth and grabs her backpack by the kitchen door. She rummages around in it. Crud, do you have a pen? I have to finish my homework. Are we going to give our daughter the toilet pen?
Give her...
You raise an eyebrow. Why didn't you do it last night? Because I couldn't find my pen. Keep up, Dad.
Give her the haunted pen.
I'm going to give her
the haunted toilet pen?
Toilet pen.
Sure. Here, have
Here,
our haunted
hen.
toilet pen. I
Here,
think a
hen.
ghost was using it
Have
last.
a toilet pen. Please wipe it before you use it because you might get a disease. Yeah, a ghost was writing on the wall with it before I
I
gave
was
it
writing,
to you.
it's me.
It's me. Yeah, he's like, there you go. You grab the pen for your pocket. Here you go. Don't lose this one. You toss it to her. She catches it expertly. She should really be on a sports team, but all she wants to do is read, tinker with projects in the basement, and play the Sega Genesis.
See?
This is the 90s, because I had a Sega Mega Drive in the 90s, which is the Genesis, but the European name. That was the thing that we had. And I know the author of this is into retro games, so knows what era this is. So it's the Sega Genesis is like the 90s.
Oh, the interest in projects is so interesting.
Yeah, she's building robots in the basement, I guess. She's a great kid, you think? I don't know how I got so lucky.
She's probably dead. You probably built her.
Yeah, thanks. She looks at the pen. I know it's Hella, isn't it? She looks at the pen.
Capelia as well.
Capelia.
But I think it was mostly just the robot
just
reference to a robot.
She looks at the pen. Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, Employee of the Month. Don't you have like a drawer full of these? You're the best worker there.
No.
Not that the bar is that high.
Oh, so that's even more ominous, right? He found a pen and he was upset that it was there. So obviously he didn't leave that pen. It was a previous Employee of the Month.
Yeah, someone else.
That is dead.
Yeah, a Employee of the Month left that pen. Not that the bar is that high. Hey, give my pen back. Nope. She twists the pen and discovers there's a screwdriver inside. There's a screwdriver inside that pen that he found.
Yeah. Yes, we unlocked pen by being a good dad.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't be bringing that to school. You stand up. I'll find you another pen. The bus honks outside. Too late. Gotta go. She runs to the door. A moment later, she runs back and gives you a kiss on the cheek. Love you. And then she's gone with your pen in hand. You already miss her. At least working the night shift doesn't take away your time together. Though you don't like the idea of leaving her home alone, even under the sometimes too watchful eyes of the neighbours. Just 4 more days. You yawn and head to bed. So we have to take away our pen. Our toilet pen that was a secret screwdriver.
Mm-hmm.
So toilet pen, secret screwdriver is gone. That was mysterious, that item.
Maybe she'll get it back. Or maybe we've lost it forever.
Yeah, it's fine. Night 2. You yawn. Time to make the donuts. You usually start your shifts repeating the well-known catchphrase from those donut commercials. But there aren't any co-workers here to laugh along with you. I'm like, are they laughing along with you, dude? Or are they laughing at you? And then quietly laughing with each other.
Is that a real donut commercial? Does that also date it?
Time to make the donuts.
That
that doesn't sound like a slogan. Time to make the donuts. Oh my god, there is 1984. It's a Dunkin' Donuts. Look, that's it. Like, I'm not gonna pull it over because it's a video, but time to.
Donuts are always fresh. I make the donuts. We make them at least twice every day. And make the donuts.
Here it is, just and this is interesting because this is him.
I make the donuts.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
No.
Okay. He meets himself coming back the other way. I'm like, okay, well, okay. Time to make the donuts. I guess that's that's the implication that he's on a loop in Freddy Fazbear's.
Yeah.
Is he alive?
You mean like, did he die like before? Maybe.
It feels like it.
Like he doesn't, like he's stuck in the 80s.
Yeah, like that time to make the donuts thing just makes me think that he's caught in a loop. Like he's like, I'm still the employee of the month, you know, like over and over.
It's just something we've seen a few times before, but where the ghosts don't know it. Could be.
Yeah, who knows? I thought I was like, that's a stupid thing, and it isn't. It's actually a thing. The only people who ever laughed were the new hires. The first time you said it, and they were only being polite since they thought you were their boss. But you're nothing if not consistent. It was easy to do the right thing every day at work here, but at night it's hard to know what the right thing to do is.
Okay, Ralph. Now Mike didn't leave the office. You're clearly in roaming mode. You just want to go everywhere.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Also, again, like we've not seen Freddy.
Can we go see the manager's office, Ralph? While we're exploring.
Yeah.
Can we go see the managers, maybe?
Yeah, I want to see the picture. Have they got a picture of each other in it? Like, fortunately, you're not only consistent, you're persistent. You never give up at trying until you get the job done. You hope that's one of the better qualities Coppelia picks up from you. You also hope you'll be around for a long time to teach your daughter even more lessons about how to live and survive in the world as she grows up.
I don't think so, Ralph.
You'll be around. As much as you love this job, you want more for her future than a dead-end career as a security guard. Most importantly, you hope that if anything happens to you on the job, she stays far away from Freddy Fazbear's Pizza.
Doesn't investigate the death.
Yeah. So, show stage or dining area. Show stage is usually a good place to start, I guess, because they're either there or they aren't.
Yeah.
You punch the button for the show stage. Freddy and Chica are both there as they should be, but Bonnie's already left. My god. Oh no. No, wait, Bonnie is still there. Most of him anyway. His body is on the stage, but his head is gone.
That's strange.
Who would steal the head of an animatronic bunny? Punk kids, you think? Daredevil teens from high school and community college sometimes try to break into the restaurant. If they succeeded, they would want to bring back a souvenir of their bravery. I would not want to take Bonnie's head home. I'll make my own. You laugh, imagining someone shouting, "Bring me the head of Bonnie the rabbit." Of course, if anyone actually succeeded in breaking into Freddy Fazbear's Pizza after hours, they would be the ones in danger of losing their heads. Figuratively and literally... That's hard to say for someone Scottish. Figuratively and literally.
Figuratively and literally.
Figuratively and literally. It's like burglar alarm. I can't say it properly. Figuratively and literally. I have to say it in a snobby English voice to say it right. But this is no laughing matter. You have a real problem now. You have to find and reattach Bonnie's head before the place opens in the morning. As terrifying as animatronics can be to some young children, they'll really freak out if they're greeted by a headless one. Or maybe no one would notice. I'm sure there's I know the
Freddy
crying
takes his head
child
off.
is scared of it. We see the Yarg Foxy, it's his arm that gets pulled off, but there's Freddy takes his head off.
Yeah, so it's Bonnie here.
where
Bonnie,
we-
where's your head, buddy?
Where are we checking? Dining area, restrooms, backstage?
I want to look backstage.
I want to look backstage. I don't care about anything else. I don't care about Bonnie's head. Maybe maintenance had to remove Bonnie's head to work on it, and no one told you. No one ever tells you anything. If so, the head would probably be in the parts and service area behind the stage. You switch over to the backstage camera. A large metal endoskeleton rests at the end of the work table. You see masks for Chica and several variations of Freddy, but no Bonnie head. Power cables dangle down for the ceiling. That's a fire hazard if ever I saw one, you think. You consider raising your concern with management, but they hardly ever take employee suggestions. A little voice inside you says it might not be a bad thing if this place burned down. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
As long as it doesn't happen until after you collect your last paycheck, and no one, human at least, is in the building at the time.
Ralph's a little dark.
Yeah,
There's got a little darkness in there.
yeah. You also notice an empty Freddy Fazbear costume propped up in the corner. At least you assume it's empty. You're curious, but not curious enough to go back there and check. The camera pans across the room once more, and you notice there are no parts for Foxy the pirate back there. Foxy. You quickly switch over to the Pirate Cove's camera. The curtain is wide open, the cove is empty. Too late, footsteps run towards the office. Foxy busts inside and screams in your face.
Foxy is so needy. Try it again. Try the night again.
Try the night again like that,
Yeah.
or just go back?
Yep. Try the night again. See, it lets you go.
Right, so...
We're gonna try stage camera, apparently, because Foxy's needy.
And then... What one?
And then check the, oh. Yeah, there's no...
Yeah, we can't do. I think it'll be different depending.
Can you go
which...
back? Was there small,
No, this is full size.
Oh no! Remember last time where it
No,
cut off some of
no,
our
that
options?
was because it was small. Like this isn't. There's the space down here.
But there is now, but there wasn't on the last page.
What do you mean?
Go back. See how it's.
All right,
Is there
like
another
that?
option? Remember
I
last
don't
time
know.
where that happened?
Yeah, you're right. There's a restrooms camera, but that's it.
Okay.
But yeah, there is an extra bit down here.
Okay.
So I don't know. Where do we look?
None of these are. Is the dining area Foxy?
No.
Okay.
I mean, technically, I guess, but if you go by technically the stage is here and he's over here,
So I might
but he's in his
try-
own bit.
Okay.
We'll just go to the dining
Yeah.
area and see. You punch the button for the dining area. Just like last night, the tables are set for a big party with tablecloths and party hats all lined out. You wonder if the room was used at all. It looks exactly the way it did yesterday, as if nothing has been touched.
Okay.
All the staff is simply... I don't think there is any parties.
See, all right. So see, this is the thing that I had said that. See, Ralph is under the impression that like there's a bunch of people around during the day and that it's open, and he's so sure. But like, yeah.
It doesn't sound like there is.
See, the problem is when you play FNAF 1 as well. I think there's a wet floor sign, and it just stays there.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I've mentioned that before. Like, there are a lot of things that no one cleans up. You know, there's mold and all that, and there's stuff like the wet floor. No one cleans that up for the whole 5 nights.
yeah, and everything is the same each night
Yeah.
that he plays. This is pretty interesting to me. Okay.
When you do the same job day in and day out for years, you get pretty good at it. There is one thing out of the ordinary. Bonnie's head lies on one of the aisles between the party tables. It must have fallen off and rolled down there. It's a good thing that happened after hours because nothing sets off customers more than a malfunctioning animatronic. A head detaching and bouncing off the stage would probably result in some kids needing therapy, not to mention their parents.
Now, I do think that there is some kind of... Is in Pizza some one of the lawsuits? Like, One of the heads
Yes,
fall off?
yes, yeah, you're right. Yeah, there is. Here, let me double check actually, because I just want. I think you're right. Yeah, there is. There's a animatronic head falls off and traumatizes kids is one of the like things that happens in the lawsuits. Let me have a quick look. Just looking for the like lawsuit pages because they are in the files. There, right. Let's see. So this one's a twisted ankle, concussion. There. She witnessed the head of an animatronic fall off and roll across the ground. A young girl was left impossibly and grossly traumatized due to the negligence of Fazbear. Yeah, the trauma put the girl in a coma for 10 weeks. When she woke from a coma, she'd been effectively lobotomized. And then it's like she relies on her parents for everything, but not everything. Yeah.
Okay, it doesn't say which animatronic, so interesting. I guess the lawsuits are vague because they don't know which animatronic you have up in the pizzeria at the time.
He's trying to steal my dinner. No, go away. Right. Are Bonnie's eyes looking at you? The head is lying on its side, but his eyes are trained right on the security camera. Is it a warning? A cry for help? He's like, what are you telling me, Bonnie? Bonnie's like, my head fell off. You shake your head. It's just an optical illusion. Is it though? And indeed, when you look back at the monitor, Bonnie's eyes are looking in a different direction.
That proves it.
That proves it was an optical illusion. I'm like, does it? You need to go reattach Bonnie's head and make sure this doesn't happen again, especially during a performance.
Which way is Foxy's Cove? Which side does Foxy come down?
I think it's maybe the left.
He's on the left, yeah.
I think he's the left.
Go right. Yeah, he's left.
You arrive at the dining area. Bonnie's head is lying on the floor, staring vacantly at the stars and the streamers hanging from the ceiling. But something else catches your attention. The doors to party rooms 1 and 2 are closed. Those were previously open when you saw them on camera, but the feed that in that section is notoriously glitchy. It's possible you didn't see them clearly the first time. You're the night watchman, so you should check out anything suspicious, and this is definitely suspicious. Those party rooms are a perfect hiding place, and it's not like the animatronics to go around opening and closing doors.
Okay.
You still have to take care of Bonnie, but it's not like his head is going anywhere. So much for an uneventful night. I think we should get his head back. I don't know if we should just leave it there. It's a bit sad. I feel sad about leaving Bonnie's head on the floor.
You can pick up Bonnie's head.
Bonnie's head is what you came here for. You walk over and pick it up. Oof. It's heavier than it looks, and something sticky leaks onto your hands. Machine oil, hopefully? You're glad it didn't leave a mess on the floor. Even after all this time, this is the closest you've been to an animatronic. One reason being the smell. These things haven't been washed in ever.
That sounds right.
There's something sharp and sour about the stench, like food left out to rot or roadkill. You wrinkle your nose. It's very unpleasant.
Obviously, like kids' bodies are in there.
Yeah. You've also never touched an animatronic before, which of course is strongly discouraged. The fur is matted and kind of greasy. There are probably things crawling inside it.
No.
You don't want to hold this any longer than you have to.
Oh no.
You turn it around in your hands until Bonnie is looking at you. Let's get you
Aw.
patched up, you say. Bonnie's eyes blink and swivel towards you. You're so startled you almost drop the head. It probably just happened because you were moving it around. You look up at the stage. Bonnie's torso is still up there, and so is Freddy Fazbear, but now Chica is gone. We're going to put your boyfriend's head back on, dude, it's fine. Should you go up and try and reattach the head, or look for tools and instructions at parts and service behind the stage? We should just freeball it. We should just slap that head back on there.
I don't know. We don't have a wrench or anything. We don't have any.
We should just pop it back on. It's fine.
You could try. Go up there.
You climb up onto the show stage and look out, imagining an audience of boisterous kids and frazzled parents. Staff and customers are not allowed up here. Staff and customers are not allowed up here. The last time a kid found his way on stage during a performance, you shudder.
Okay.
That's what liability waivers are for. This guy is the worst.
Yeah. You shudder, like, the consequences to the company, terrible.
Yeah.
Gum wrappers everywhere.
He's like, we could have been sued horribly, but we were prepared for that. I'm like, dude, a kid. He's like, I love my daughter. It could have been his daughter.
Yeah.
Um,
Probably was.
yeah. Where Chica usually stands, you see a metal plate. The animatronics recharge on those at night, though through battery terminals on their feet.
This is new information. That's pretty interesting.
Also, this dates it differently. Like again, like people are always like, "Oh, it's the 90s. The tech's the It's not. We didn't have chargeable batteries that could hold that kind of charge.
in Fazbear, you know.
Obviously the technology's different, but I've heard
Yeah.
people argue that the technology isn't different, and I'm like, it is. These animatronics is like for Showbiz Pizza were like hydraulic air, like powered things. That's why like whenever the air, like the hydraulics break, the air goes out of them and they sort of just sag in like a really creepy way. Yeah. So this is definitely like
It's
there's different
sci-fi,
tech. Obviously, yeah. But again, it's just because I've seen people say like to the contrary, and I'm like, no, this isn't tech we even have now, really.
Yeah.
Like lithium-ion batteries that scale that you can just charge. You probably could, but it would cost you tens of thousands, and it would go on fire all the time. Right, so let's see. You gently place Bonnie's head back on his body. The animatronics deserve your respect. When you think about it, you wouldn't have a job without them. They have some flaws, but they've brought so much happiness to families over the years. That fact needs to be weighed against their actions. None of us are perfect. We all make mistakes, right?
Murder mistakes?
What have you done, dude? Bonnie's head wobbles. You can't leave him like this. It seems like you can tighten it by turning it. But which way, left or right? Does it matter? You probably can't make him any worse. But maybe you should pop backstage and see if there's some instructions. You're just a security officer. You aren't trained in repairing the animatronics. And if you do this incorrectly, you could lose your job earlier than planned. Or worse. I bet there's a Faz wrench.
They kill you. Oh yeah, I can go backstage. They usually kill you if you do it wrong in all the other
Yeah,
repair
in parts and
sections.
service. I just really wanted to put his head on. We'll go backstage. You open the door at the back of the stage marked employees only. Though you're an employee, you've never needed to go back here before. You step into the backstage area, what the staff has taken to referring as P&S, parts and service. It's dark and practically shouts this area is off limits. It feels wrong and a little dangerous to be back here. You look around for something helpful, something useful to help you reattach Bonnie's head properly. A user manual would be nice. An endoskeleton sits at the end of the workbench next to a screwdriver, perhaps intended for the empty Freddy Fazbear suit tucked into a corner. Another empty Freddy head rests on the other end of the workbench. There are several Freddy heads here. They're old designs. Some of them don't have eyebrows. They're old designs. There you go again. Like, these are older versions of Freddy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, they've done multiple iterations of this old Freddy. Which we see in Into the Pit as well, actually, because they say there was a previous Freddy to the one in the game. There's also a Chica head on the shelf, and next to it's a flashlight. What about Foxy? You don't see any of his parts back here, which implies to me Foxy is an original? Maybe they just restored Foxy?
It's something odd where they haven't. He stays broken all the time.
Yeah.
They just don't have any parts for him.
Yeah,
He just
maybe,
stays broken.
again, yeah, maybe they can't source the parts for him. Maybe he is one of, like... I always feel like he's one of Williams' original things. Like, maybe he predated Fazbear somehow, because we see him in that, like, ride and stuff. I don't know. Foxy's weird. And even the, like, UCN where his parts appear in the room and stuff. There's something weird about Foxy.
This game is pretty cool in that it's, like, really, like, in the games, like, a lot of them are pretty, like, shrouded in so many metaphors, and they're about, like, pretty, like, side. This is just right there. Foxy,
Yeah.
Chica.
Yeah, it's like, here are the characters. Remember this part? This is what... And it gives us a slant on the intentionality of it. You know what I mean? Like, here's parts and service. Like, Freddy's... An old Freddy head is here versus, like, people saying, oh, this is the exact model, blah, blah, blah. As if you summoned him, you hear heavy footsteps running towards the room. You have to find something to defend yourself with, or take your chances and hide. If you put on the Freddy head, it doesn't fool Foxy.
It doesn't fool Foxy. Gotta do a flashlight.
Yeah, I gotta go like eyes, flash,
Yeah.
flash, flash. Right. You dash towards the shelves and pick up the flashlight just as Foxy busts into the room. You whirl around and press the button on the flashlight. Luckily, the batteries inside still work. A bright beam cuts across the dark room and shines on Foxy's face. You thought maybe you would blind him temporarily so you can slip by, but the light seems to mess him up. He freezes in place, servos clicking in confusion. You hope you won't get in trouble for breaking Foxy. You don't know how long you'll be like this, so you decide to get a move on. You need to reattach Bonnie's head and get back to the security office. It'll only become more dangerous to be out as the night progresses, especially once Foxy reboots. Add flashlight and screwdriver to your inventory.
Also on the subject of Foxy's eyes being very sensitive and the stuff not working out, Roxy has special eyes for her feature where she can see special things. And in FNAF 2, Foxy's not fooled by masks and things like that. So we have, and Foxy's eyes are different from the other animatronics. They're kind of glowy and a bit strange. Just in terms, all the other animatronics have like kind of the same eye caps and little sparkle decal. So there's something special and different about Foxy's eyes that the series seems to emphasize.
We've got 2 flashlights. We're like dual wielding flashlights. The ultimate night guard.
Gregory would be like, yes.
He'd be flashing it in Freddy's eyes and the other animatronics. He's like, I am your friend. He's like, I don't care. I've got an extra flashlight.
Daycare attendant on and off, on and off.
You climb up onto the show stage and look out, imagining an audience of boisterous kids and frazzled parents.
Same thing, I think.
Oh, right, is that the same? So, we didn't get anything back there.
Left or right, we gotta guess. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey.
Yeah.
Righty-tighty.
Righty-tighty.
That would be my guess.
Okay,
As an expert technician.
Yeah, you're a Fazbear entertainment technician. You twist Bonnie's head to the right and something clicks inside. His eyelids blink once as you are Henry, you channel Henry. His head comes back online. It seems you've done the trick, but there are 3 small holes around the base of his neck to secure the head. This is probably why Bonnie's head fell off in the first place. But we've got a bunch of we've got a screwdriver. And with a pen that was also a screwdriver. This is probably why it fell off. As he dances and strums his signature red bass guitar on bass guitar and bass and bass, I'm always like, it's the worst thing about that word is you see it and you're like, Fisher instrument, and you need to use context cues to decide how to say it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What happens if it was a fish guitar?
Well,
is it a bass or a bass?
The context.
What if it's a fish guitar?
No.
Would you call it a bass? A bass bass? A bass bass?
It'd be a bass bass.
A bass bass.
Yeah.
The screws ba, because Darcy said ba. Darcy wanted to say it ba. The screws vibrated and eventually fell out, and then off with his head. You look around the stage and find 2 silver screws, but no matter how much you search, you can't find the third one.
That was an Alice in Wonderland joke, because he's a bunny.
Off with his head. 2 will have to do for now. The best you can do is let maintenance know, and they can hunt down another screw tomorrow. You insert 1 screw on each side of his neck, with him sticking out like that. Bonnie reminds you of Frankenstein's monster.
I knew I was going to say that.
No, Darcy, don't. Go away. No, leave. He's trying to knock over my face tracking. Why are you like this? Come on. Time to leave. There. No. Oh, I knew I'd knock over something. Oh. Right.
Disasters.
Darcy, get lost.
Hey, buddy. Don't tapa.
Yeah, looks like Frankenstein's monster. That's no good. You'll have to tighten them or his head will tumble off again. A job half-assed will never last, as your father used to say.
Okay.
He was a perfectionist, and nothing you did was ever good. There we go. Now we know why he's such a weirdo. He's trying to impress his not present father.
Mm-hmm.
You vowed you would never treat your child that way, and so far you haven't with Capelia.
Just your coworkers.
Yeah, just everybody else in your life, including yourself. The sooner you fix Bonnie, the sooner you can go back to the security office, and the better your chances of getting home to her in the morning. So, we've got a screwdriver. We're not going to fumble with our fingers or whatever.
Yep.
The screwdriver makes quick work of tightening Bonnie's loose screws. The head feels as sturdy as it's ever been. Maybe you missed a calling in repair work. The only thing you enjoy as much as keeping order and protecting people is fixing things. After your last day here, you can start looking into other positions. It might be nice to do something that lets you work with your hands more. It'd be fun to make toys. Nothing that moves like the animatronics at Freddy's. Just simple toys for simple joys.
See?
Yeah. Now that Bonnie... And again, that's what Henry does.
Yeah.
When Henry finishes, he goes away and he makes, like, wind-up frogs and horrible monster robots. But, you know, he makes toys as well.
William also obviously makes the toy animatronics.
Yeah.
But yeah, Henry makes toys for Charlie.
Now that Bonnie's functional again, you feel oddly exposed up on the stage, especially with Chica out there somewhere. He's the third wheel. You also have to assume Foxy's out and about right now. It's a good idea to go back to the security office and hope nothing else breaks tonight.
We're getting into that poster.
You return to the security office and slump into your seat. This job is finally getting to you, but you can't let it get the best of you. You just need a moment to catch your breath. You close your eyes and breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. A sound startles you awake. Oh no, you've fallen asleep on the job. After all the times you've warned night watchmen to always stay vigilant and faithfully reported those who shirked their responsibility and dozed through a shift. This guy. You're embarrassed and annoyed at yourself. It's just, honey, is it grass? A pure grass bag, man. I get him out of here. It's just that you're having trouble adjusting to the later hours, and dealing with the animatronics is wearing you out. You can beat yourself up later. Something woke you, a sound, or wait, was it two sounds? You're still disoriented from your unintentional nap, but you think you heard footsteps approaching the door on the left, and someone groaning from the door on the right. You could have dreamed them up, or you could be in imminent danger. You only have time to act on one potential threat. Your clock reads 5:55 a.m, so you only have to survive the next 5 minutes. So the groan will be Bonnie, because he's like, at the door, like, creepy.
I zoned out. I wasn't paying attention.
You zoned out. Okay, he fell asleep, he woke up, there's two people. Yeah, footsteps on the left and the right. Well, he's got footsteps on the left and someone groaning from the right. Bonnie groans. It's like, so it implies Chica and Bonnie are there. You could have dreamed them up, or you could be in imminent danger.
You can only have time to respond to one. Oh.
Bonnie makes a noise, but I don't know.
Yeah, the groaning's odd. I think, right, if they're just walking past, it's okay, right, usually? And, right, if they're just walking past, it's when they're standing there that they're a threat?
Yeah.
So the groaning?
I'd say maybe the groaning, yeah. Because when I played Help Wanted to get this desktop wallpaper, literally I just left it and I heard Bonnie go, ooh, and then I died. And then I just left it and didn't touch anything. So I think he's usually on the right, but we'll see.
Okay.
If someone's close enough for you to hear them groan, then they're too close. You leap for the door on your right and slap your finger against the button. You catch a flash of yellow before the door slams shut.
Yeah.
Looks like you were just in time. You flick on the hall light and Chica stares maniacally at you, beaked mouth wide open.
That's right.
Also, it might be Chica that makes the groan then. It might be
Okay.
Chica that groans. I don't know which one of them makes that noise. I just assumed it was Bonnie because it sounded like a weird dude thing. You can take your cluck and get lost, you say. I would have said cluck off. This guy is the worst. He can't make a single good joke.
No.
I'd have been like, get clucked. Get to cluck. You know what? No, you can take your cluck and get lost. I've had enough for one night, but it seems you haven't. The footsteps keep approaching on your left, and then Bonnie is standing there. It's too late to close the door now. You brace yourself for the attack, but Bonnie doesn't make a move. He just stares at you. You stare back at him. What is he waiting for? Is this because we fixed his head?
Yeah, I guess so.
You break eye contact for a moment and see the clock on the desk flip over from 5:59 to 6 a.m. Bonnie turns and walks away back towards the show stage. At the door on the right, Chica does the same. Did Bonnie just let you live? Was that a thank you for restoring his head? Or maybe you just got lucky. Either way, you survived another night and it's time to go home. As soon as you get home, you rush to your daughter's room and check on her. She's sleeping with her left leg sticking out from under the covers and a pillow over her face. You must have spaced out for a minute because the next thing you know, she screams and throws the pillow at your head. You catch it and hold it to your chest. What? What's wrong, you say? Why were you standing there staring at me, she says. I was about to wake you for school. I'm sorry.
I do this.
It's been a weird night.
Yeah.
She pushes her hair back from her face. It's okay, it was just kind of creepy. I'm just imagining, like, you know the William Afton fan art where he's, like, silhouetted with his eyes or whatever? Like, you just looked ugly and creepy. She pushes her hair back from her face. Again, like, Henry could have looked fucking creepy as well. Henry's a creep.
Yeah.
He looks really creepy. She's like, why were you staring like a maniac? He's like, this is just my face.
And he
When
might
I
be dead.
first woke up, I must have been still dreaming. You looked like that Fredbear thing from your job.
Okay. See? He's like, you look just like Fredbear. Now, I would like, just put a little pin in that little statement.
Yeah.
Just right there.
That's page what? What page is this? Can we see page? How do page numbers happen to other people?
It's down there at the very bottom.
There, 233. Just so that we can come back, because in case we need to quote this somewhere, because... Right, you mean Freddy Fazbear? Whatever, he weirds me out. They all do. She's never gotten over the time you brought her to work to meet the animatronics when she was 7, and they made her cry so hard she threw up her pizza and cake. She had nightmares for at least a week afterwards. This is interesting because Charlotte gets associated with, like, chocolate and throwing up because of chocolate at Freddy's. I don't know.
There's a character that named Charlotte that throws up and is allergic to chocolate.
And Lonely Freddy, I think it is. She had nightmares for at least a week afterwards. Never mind, it's just me, your loving dad bear. Oh my god.
See, I just wanna say that a little bit, Henry, a little bit.
Just a little bit.
I'm just feeling the vibe.
Yeah.
I don't know what it means.
You open your arms for a hug. She squints at you. Please never say dad bear again. You feel bad about scaring her and ruining her morning. You don't want her to have bad memories of you like that. Gifts always make her feel better.
Give gifts. Give
if
life.
You give her the coin? We don't have a coin.
Well, we must. Because the options are give her or keep the coin.
I know, but what coin? It didn't say a coin at the start. Is this another thing where I can't read?
Maybe. But I'm going to give her a coin.
We're just going to give her a coin even though we don't have a coin.
See, again, our wallet was not addressed, and I feel like... a coin?
There. I added it to her inventory.
Great. Perfect. That's the only way
Now we have the coin. Are we keeping the coin? Are we giving her the coin?
Giving her the coin.
Okay, give her the coin that we just realised existed. It was so precious to us. Oh hey, I got you something. You flip the plastic coin over to her. The coin falls on her superhero's bedspread and she grabs it. She holds it up and closes one eye to inspect it with the other. I just said your freaky robot friends freak me out, and this one is the freakiest of all. Foxy was always my favourite. She looks at you.
Yeah,
that explains a lot about you.
Foxy's judgmental.
Just roasting the Foxy fans just outright. People like, Foxy's my favourite, and Scott's like, well, I can tell everything I need to know about you now. The freakiest.
And also, like, Roxy being like, I bet I'm your favorite. That contextualizes, I think, Roxy. I mean, I've heard the name is exactly like Foxy's, but
freaky is an interesting term as well. The freakiest. He matched your freak.
Grand Canyon.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting this kind of attitude until you were a teenager. I'm almost, she said. You're not, and don't be in a rush to grow up.
We'll have to get out the third closet.
Yeah, he's like, I've not built your next body yet, so you're 12 until further notice. Anyway, that's a collectible gold treasure coin. She bites down on it. It's fake. You grimace. Oh, it was kind of dirty. It's all scratched up and mangled.
Oh, mangled, okay.
Fine, you hold out your hand, give it back. She flips it in the air and catches it. I love it, because you gave it to me. You smile. Even if it's just some junk you found on the floor at work or something, it's nice to know you were thinking of me. You sigh. Always, kiddo. I'll go make breakfast while you change for school.
There's some kind of like Cassidy and Roxy overlap as well there. So
if I get heads, you have to make pancakes. She flips the coin again and it comes up Foxy. Pancakes! I never agreed to that, you grumble. But you go to the kitchen and start mixing the batter.
5 seconds.
She's like, ping.
She's like, I'll determine your fate.
She's like, you live today. It's only after she leaves for school that you remember Foxy's head is on both sides of the coin. She's a fucking scam artist. She's like, if I get Foxy, I get pancakes.
She did become Two-Face. Harvey Dent had a rigged coin, and then his rigged two-headed coin one side got scratched, and then he was like, the bad coin or the good coin, and, you know, Batman lore, if you missed the last decade of Batman.
Another movie from the 90s, actually.
Yeah.
You feel well rested and excited about going to work, just like you used to, until you step inside the dark and dreary security office. Somehow all your enthusiasm deflates and you feel exhausted, as if you hadn't slept for 8 hours. As if you have always been in this office, and you will always be in this office. Okay. I told you he's dead. This man dead. This man trapped in security office.
Yeah, I think so.
Like you will always be in this. I have always been in this house or whatever. Like
in The Shining.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, I'm thinking that too. I was, because I was like, I was thinking, I was reading it like, oh, okay, it's open during the day, but this is the opposite of that. This is very, this is extremely haunted.
Yeah.
Yep.
You settle into the seat and sigh, feeling like you've aged 5 years in the 5 seconds it took you to come and sit down. Must be this midnight shift. Working as a night watchman, you lose touch with all the good parts of the job that motivate you each day. There are no co-workers to catch up with.
Yeah, he hasn't talked to anyone. Like, he hasn't seen anybody.
Yeah. You don't see the smiling kids' faces or hear their happy laughter. And you don't get to see the animatronics the way they're meant to be seen, as entertainers instead of vengeful stalkers. When you go outside into the sunlight, your memories of the night before seem to dull and fade. When you're safe at home talking with Coppelia, you question everything that happened, and you come to the same conclusion. You imagined it. It wasn't that bad. After all, you're alive. Yeah, I'm like, yeah. If the animatronics were really alive and haunting you, what would your chances of surviving one night? What would be your chances of surviving one night? 2? 5? Really darned slim. Maybe these lapses in memory are some survival mechanism. The dead do forget. Mm-hmm, yeah, the weird memory things.
Yep.
Because Susie doesn't remember that she's dead either.
Mm-hmm.
How can you go home to your daughter each morning and live a normal life knowing such horrors exist in the world? How could you leave her each night and come back to work here, knowing you might not ever see her again? Only if you forget. But you also have a job to do. You've always been the responsible one. Even as a kid, no one had to ask you to do your homework before watching TV and riding your bike. You were, and still are, what they call an overachiever. And yet you ended up working security at Freddy's. So many people don't understand that, but you tell them. Some things are more important than a fancy job and a big paycheck. I love those animatronics, and I make a difference when I go to work each day. Do you still believe that? Do you still believe that? That's the line for FNAF 4 as well.
Yeah.
Did you ever? You sit up straight and switch on the security monitor. Time to make the donuts, you mutter. A child laughs behind you. You spin the chair around and look behind you. There's nothing there but lockers and shadows. Pull yourself together, Ralph. Only 3 more nights. Ralph, I don't think you're okay, dude. I think you're dead. You begin as you always do, pushing buttons. You cycle through all the camera feeds and the monitors, and everything is copacetic. Everything is copacetic for the movie. Until you hit the party rooms. What the... You lean closer to the jittery video screen. A table and chairs have been overturned in Party Room 2, and there's a large dark puddle on the floor. Yeah. The window in the far wall is broken. A crushed paper party hat lies in the hallway outside. This is why we don't have more windows. Everyone always wants to schedule their parties in Party Room 2 because it has one of the few windows in the restaurant. But the moment you saw it, you knew it was a big security risk. Kids are always breaking in on a dare, though no one has ever got inside before.
Is there a window in Freddy's?
Nope. Not that I'm aware of. I don't think there is.
He does mention that they're always renovating.
Because both party rooms, I don't think there is any, not in, Help Wanted for sure. But not in FNAF 1 either, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't remember a window.
Just having a quick look through at the party rooms. Because the party rooms are the one, like... In fact, are there any party rooms in FNAF 1?
Yeah.
I thought it was FNAF 2 that had the party rooms.
Oh.
I think it's FNAF 2, because you see Toy Chica in the party room, there's the paper pals are in the party rooms, you've got the wet floor thing in the party rooms. Like, this is the FNAF 1 layout here.
Alright.
And I think, like, that's the hallway with the toilets.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's Foxy's Cove. I think that's the storeroom. That's one of these is parts and service, I think.
In the kitchen?
The kitchen. And then the hallways.
Okay.
So
So
I don't
maybe
think,
you
I
don't-
think it's a FNAF 2, so this is a, like, renovated location.
Okay.
I don't think they've got, the party rooms have windows in FNAF 2 either. Yeah, see, there's, like, one of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't remember any windows.
No, I don't think there is.
Because you
Because
feel
people
very
would,
trapped.
because people would leave, you know, like, you see a lot of things set in those places and people would just be like, I need to break the room windows or whatever. You put your finger on your nose, not it, you say. You sigh. This security job has more janitorial duties than you expected. Just a sec. You need supplies from the closet in the West Hall to mop the floor and board up the window. And you should locate that intruder before they break anything else or get themselves hurt.
I wonder if, remember, we never went into the different party rooms before. I wonder if there was a coin,
Maybe. Could be.
and that's where the coin was from.
It's okay, we had it because Foxy is in our heart. And we gave it away actually, didn't we? So we can take it off the list. We didn't lose the screwdriver because we just used it.
Yeah.
You know, like, screwdrivers
We
don't
didn't keep that
evaporate
screwdriver.
once you use them. That would be crap. Actually, scissors were like that. You like that, open the scissors, open the Amazon package, and you're like, damn, I need to order my scissors.
You use it use it once, twice, and you're like, this is it
The
broke.
durability has run out on my screwdriver. If you head to the supply closet, West Hall, supply closet, camera for intruders, we should probably look at the camera.
Okay.
It might give us an idea where, like, danger is.
Mm-hmm.
You cycle through each of the cameras once more, this time checking carefully for someone who shouldn't be there. Bonnie and Chica have both left the stage. Why don't you go out much, Freddy, you ask? When the why don't you go out much, Freddy? Especially if he's like...
He's retired.
No, but he's like, I'm Freddy.
Yeah.
When the camera pans away from him and back, you gasp. His head is now turned and looking at the camera. You stay there, you swallow, please. The curtain at Pirate Cove is open slightly and you see Foxy grinning for the depths. You stay there too. If the intruder is hiding in there, Foxy wouldn't even think of leaving his new plaything.
That's weird. That's a weird thing to say.
His new plaything? I know.
No, I don't like that.
No. Funny how you've started attributing thoughts and feelings to the animatronics, as if they weren't simply acting according to quirks in their programming. Anthropomorphizing, you believe it's called.
Not when they're haunted.
Furryizing them. Yeah. No, you started out as a psychology major at the community college,
Okay.
specialising in children's psychology before you dropped out. You figure that experience helped you get the job at Freddy's. Not that you use psychology much anymore unless you're trying to convince your daughter to do something she doesn't want to do.
That's not the correct use of that.
Maybe you should have studied artificial intelligence instead.
Mm.
No, don't study AI, mate. Don't join the enemy. After checking everywhere, the only place the intruder could be is in the kitchen. There's no picture, but you hear someone banging around. If someone's in there with Chica, they better be hiding. Hurry to the supply closet. I guess we're going to the supply closet.
Okay.
You open the supply closet in the West Hall and yelp when something reaches out of the darkness. It hits you in the face and you jerk backwards. The wooden handle of a mop falls and clatters hollowly in the black and white tiled floor. You chuckle and look up at the security camera in the hall. You flash at a V sign with your fingers. That's funny. If it was the UK, you'd be like, fuck you, like. But instead he's like, oh god, I have enough thumbs. Whatever. Can I do it with this hand? Yeah, there you go. Got no thumb, but I can do it anyway. I use my fingers intermittently. Look. Like, I don't actually... This is my thumb, but I use it as a finger as well, because technology. Like, Let's see. You stop to pick up the mop and return it to the bucket. Gradually, your racing pulse returns to normal. You've 2 big jobs ahead of you in party room 2. You have to clean up that spill and broken glass and board up the window. Everything you need is right here, but you can't carry all the supplies with you. You'll have to make 2 trips. But you're not sure which task you should complete first. I think you should do the spill and keep the window open in case you want to, run out of it at some point.
Also, it's pretty dangerous to be working around with all that wet stuff and broken glass on the floor.
Yeah, I mean, he tries to run away. One of the endings, you try to run away from Foxy and you slip and fall on all the broken glass. Yeah. Oh, that would be awful. Yeah, let's do that. You hate messes, so you decide to clean up the spill first. You don't only get more difficult to wipe up if it dries. You grab a mop in the bucket, then look around for some cleaning solution.
A spill? So what was the spill?
Yeah, I thought it was water. Water doesn't get more difficult to clean up if it dries. That's not correct.
No.
You grab a mop in the bucket, then look around for some cleaning solution. The bottles on the shelf are all industrial grade stuff, high concentration bleaches and stain removers. You bet this is what people use to clean up crime scenes.
I feel like we're cleaning up a crime scene.
Dude. Despite its smell and appearance, Freddy is a
Could you go back and look at the mess again? I feel like I skimmed something with the mess. And
a table and chairs have been overturned in party room 2 and there's a large
dark
puddle on the floor.
It is blood. No.
Oh, God.
No.
So we checked the cameras. We went to the supply closet. We're going to clean up this spill.
Of blood?
Of blood. Freddy's is a sanitary place and management is always reminding staff to keep it clean and tidy. At least in the public spaces.
Ralph. No.
You kick at a crumpled piece of paper someone's left in the closet and roll your eyes. But that means, again, crumpled piece of paper in the closet. Who is it that keeps leaving all the paper and cups? You know what I mean?
Yeah. It must be the actual living security guard.
Yeah. You want to set a better example, so you pick up the paper and smooth it out. It's an old newspaper clipping with an ominous headline. Kids vanish at local pizzeria, bodies not found. You hastily ball up the article again and toss it in the trash where it belongs. Those poor children, you think they're poor parents.
Ralph.
Maybe you shouldn't clean this up then? You heft a jumbo bottle of bleach. It's heavy and a lot to juggle with the mop in the bucket. Should you fill the bucket here or carry the bottle to party room 2 with everything else?
We're a bad guy.
I think we should just fill the bucket. Why?
And carrying a wet bucket?
I guess
fill the bucket in the room.
You're like it will slosh everywhere.
Yes.
I'm like, look, I just like making poor decisions. I'm like, I don't care. I'll slosh that bucket all over Freddy Fazbear's.
All over yourself.
All over me. I'll be covered in bleach. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Don't you have any pride for your Freddy Fazbear's uniform?
It can be all bleached. Bleach spots. I know I'll never be Employee of the Month. My lackadaisical work ethic. It doesn't seem wise to handle chemicals in a confined... Imagine you killed yourself. He's poured a bunch of stuff in with the bleach. He's chlorine gas dies in the closet. One of the bad endings.
Hallucinates cupcake finally.
I would fill these books with bad endings. I would love that. I would be it's like the Bounty Castle and the stupid one I wrote. I would just have tons of stupid endings.
This one does.
Don't
50.
mix cleaning products. You place the bottle of bleach in the bucket with a mop and drag them to party room 2. You flip on the light. It's a horror show. The spill inside looks like blood. A lot of blood.
Yeah.
It smells like blood too. If it quacks like a duck, looks like a duck,
it's tomato
blood.
sauce. It's pizza.
Pizza sauce. Touch it. Lick it. Lick it. Be like, num num num. He's like, a bitter metallic scent you can almost taste like copper. You gag and then throw up your dinner.
No.
Why did you do that? Dude, it's just blood.
He's traumatized.
He's a man.
He knows that people are dead. And he's like, oh my God, all those bodies.
Now
he's like, well, I'm going to be Employee of the Month again.
Now you have an even bigger mess to clean up. He's like, blood and vomit? You empty the jug of bleach into the bucket and get to work mopping up the blood and the vomit. Oh, God. Oh, it makes me want to get... I don't... The blood I was okay with. The vomit makes me want to puke. The stench and fumes might be overpowering if not for the shattered window in the far wall, which lets in fresh air.
Oh God, we could have
we could have
and been stuck in here with our stench, the stench of murder and guilt.
That would have been sad. It like smells like teen spirit. The stench and fumes might be overpowering if not for the shattered window in the far wall, which lets in fresh air. Thank God. Even though you hate bodily fluids when they're outside the body, where they shouldn't ever be, he likes them inside the body.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, I don't think, oh man, I love blood when it's interior.
Well, yeah, we do love an interior.
I don't like thinking about my blood. My blood is fine.
I like thinking about it. I want more blood in me. I like having blood.
And you do. You need more blood. You need more iron.
Yeah.
She's got really bad anemia.
Yeah.
She's like, I like thinking about blood. It would be nice to have more blood.
Yes.
Right. You find you enjoy work like this. When you're done,
you enjoy it.
Dude, can we just rewind, please?
He's like, my favorite part of
He's like,
Freddy Fazbear
he's like, I was
cleaning up after the murders.
I was so upset by this blood. I threw up instantaneously, and now I have to clean up stinking blood and vomit. I like this work, dude.
It's like really my ideal job, ideal work experience.
When you're done, the floor is clean.
Ralph.
And
his name is Ralph for throwing up.
Well, when you're done, the floor is clean, and no one would ever be able to tell that some person or some animal lost a catastrophic...
He doesn't care.
He just does not give a fuck. Lost a catastrophic amount of life-giving blood in this room. If there's no evidence, it may as well have never happened. Management will be pleased.
Ralph, you dirtbag. This is what we were saying. I was like,
oh my God.
Ralph is not, and I've said this before, like, people are like, Phone Guy's a nice guy. And I was like, Phone Guy cannot be a nice guy because he advocates
we talked about this
for covering up murder.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, we wrote this, like, we were writing Phone Guy and Mafic when we first started it, and we were like, okay, so what kind of person is Phone Guy? And I sat down with the transcripts of Phone Guy and looked really closely at it, like, what kind of person is this? Is it a likeable person, whatever? And I was like, no, he wants to cover up murders.
And he's a lying weasel. He tells you, like, it'll all be okay. Like, don't worry about it, bro. Like, if you're gonna get murdered, like, you won't be. It's safe. Like, it contrasts with Henry's directions in Pizza Sim, where he's like, the side effects of doing this may be death.
Yeah.
Like, Henry just tells you.
Yeah, Henry's like, if you do this, you might die.
But,
you're so busy admiring your handiwork, you don't hear the footsteps until they're right outside.
No.
He's like, wow, all that blood is completely
And you know what? He hasn't even, like thought of himself, like, wow, I bet a raccoon got in here or something.
No.
Or a deer has probably broken through the window.
There's not even, like, a self-justification. He's like, it's either a person or an animal.
It's some person, and then the animal's an afterthought. He's like, this is somebody has died here?
Yeah.
Or I guess it could have been an animal.
Yeah. If you hide under a table, if you leave through the open window, if you have the bonus item, you may use it.
Let's get out.
I know, like, can we just run away?
See ya?
Well, he'll probably get caught in the glass.
I know.
Oh, whatever, let's
he deserves
go.
It after that.
Yeah, after that, I kind of want to catch him on the glass.
Yeah.
You race towards the broken window and catch Chica's reflection in a sliver of glass remaining in the frame as you dive outside. You roll in the dirt and shards of glass slice your hands, but you clamber to your feet and run away from the restaurant. You make it maybe 30 feet before something grabs you from behind. Wow, Chica's fast.
What?
You tumble and
she can leave the restaurant and pursue you?
You tumble and see a blur of yellow fart and Chica's tickets. They've let them out. She's spattered in blood, but you aren't sure if it came from whoever broke into the restaurant or from you. You've always told the night watchman it isn't safe to leave in the middle of the night. It's better to wait until the end of their shift, but you didn't really know why. Just repeating what management told you, and they supposedly have a good reason for everything. This is what happens when you break the rules. You only have yourself to blame, but it's a shame that Capelia will have to suffer for your incompetence. At best, you'll end up another newspaper headline. At worst, Fazbear Entertainment will cover all this up and your daughter will never know what happened to you.
Yeah.
If there's no evidence, it never happened.
You just said this, dude.
You think Chica's going to drag you back out of the restaurant, but instead she carries you into the woods. this might go even more badly than you thought for everyone.
What?
I'm glad we got this game over because what the fuck?
For everyone? Where are
What
we
is
going?
Chica gonna do? Is Chica gonna like use us to summon a demon?
Gonna chop down a tree with us, with our head. I don't know. Are we going to the town? Are we going shopping? Are we going to McDonald's?
I know. I don't know what that
The
was.
woods.
So let's hide under a table.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh.
You duck under a table and peer out. You recognise Chica's chicken legs, but they're splattered with red like a Grizzly Jackson Pollock painting.
Yeah.
Chica walks around the room. Is she wondering what happened to the blood? She's like, he stole my blood. You remember the open bucket. Chica knows you're here. Then you notice the wet footprints leading from the bucket to your hiding spot. In a flash, Chica's face appears under the tablecloth, mouth wide and screaming. She drags you out from under the table, and you remain conscious just long enough to see the floor doused in blood again and have one final irrational thought. I just cleaned that.
You deserved this, dude, but
that's funny.
we don't have...
Right, so there's no way to survive this scene.
So we started from the beginning of the night, I guess?
We can if you want. Or we can just go back to, like, another choice.
Okay.
Like, filling it in there. See if that makes a difference. Maybe I saved our lives by wanting to fill the bucket in the cupboard.
But maybe we need to board up the window first?
I'd still like to see where this path goes.
Okay.
Oh my god! Oh my god, he dies of the chemicals! Oh my god. No notes. You empty the bottle of bleach and your eyes tear up for the fumes. You pour in pine-scented cleaner, hoping it will help. I put pine sol and bleach. It will help dilute the potent mixture and make things smell a little nicer. You're about to lug the full bucket into the hall when you hear footsteps approach. Bonnie could be coming back. You shut the door and wait silently inside the closet for the footsteps to pass. Your eyes, nostrils and throat are burning. You stifle a cough. The footsteps proceed down the hall towards the security office. Good thing you aren't in there right now. You might be able to sneak out and get to the dining area without being noticed. You have to take the chance because you can't stay here much longer. The liquid in the bucket looks like it's smoking. Acrid fumes rise up. You blink, barely able to see anyone. It feels like ice picks are being stabbed into your pupils. You try and open the door, but it's stuck. You push on it hard, bracing yourself against the back wall. Bottles fall for the shelf all around you and the mop tumbles. The bucket tips over and the floor is flooded with a poisonous cleaning product. You cough and cover your mouth. Red spittle and froth speckle your palm. Help, you gasp. Your vision swims and then mercifully you pass out. In games or not, you should never mix household chemicals ever. Yeah. He killed himself with chlorine gas.
So I think we have to board up first and leave the bloodstain.
Yeah.
We probably shouldn't have cleaned up the giant bloodstain.
I guess we just should have left it all alone. Right. So, where are we going?
Let's just head down to this, or we can check the other cameras, I guess. See what happens.
The West Hall camera? Was that the one? Shows the corridor leading to the dining area. There are several new children's drawings taped to the wall on your left, but they're unsettling images of children with fat teardrops. Oh, that's the Easter egg falling for their eyes. Some of the kids have X's for eyes.
Okay.
So that's...
Ralph, again, ignoring the extremely haunted pizzeria.
Yeah, he's like, I wonder why those kids are like that. Yeah, let's see if I can find that one. This one. It's this hallway it's talking about. You shudder. Kids can be so creepy. Even your daughter Capelia used to draw pictures when she was younger that seemed innocent to her, but felt more like threats. Like when she drew you without your head for some reason, saying that it was resting. Or the drawing of the two of you eating pancakes where she was passing you a fork by stabbing it into your side. Adorable. They're just drawings, though. They don't have to mean anything, right?
Scott said over and over again.
I think this guy got killed in the bite.
Stuff.
I think he got killed in the bite. Is maybe the implication.
Even though he has recordings talking about the bite.
I don't know. That it's just so weird. Maybe I don't know. It's just weird. It's just because he was like, that person got head damage and then couldn't talk anymore.
Okay.
And then
right.
he's like, he
A
saw
lot of
Bonnie's
headless
head
thing.
fall off.
Okay.
And
I
then
see what
he's
you mean.
like, she drew you without your head.
Yeah.
You know, like narratively, it feels like they're pointing to something to do with the head. They're just drawings, so they don't have to mean anything, right? You're about to get up and head to the supply closet when the light at the far end of the hall flickers and the camera goes fuzzy. They need to get an electrical engineer in here before the place gets another health code violation. As you watch, the supply closet door opens. Bonnie steps out. You cover your mouth with a hand. Bonnie walks away towards the dining area. That was a close call, but it should be safe now for a while. Yeah, so we shouldn't have gone to the supply closet because Bonnie would have been there and killed us, I guess, is the implication. You open the supply closet in the West Hall and yelp when something reaches out of the darkness. We've seen this bit, so
we gotta board
up
the window.
Yeah. Your first priority is to keep Freddy Fazbear's Pizza secure and protect the animatronics, though you aren't sure how much protection they need. So it looks like we have to keep them in as well. You'd better make sure no one else can sneak out of the restaurant in the night. You pick up a hammer and swing it around experimentally. It's no Mjolnir of Thor, but you already feel a little safer. You grab a box of nails and a pile of wooden planks that are just the right size and set off for the party rooms. What a mess. You step into party room 2, so this is the same. Oh, so let's see, there's a wide dark pool of liquid on the floor and the pane for the window on the far side of the room is gone. Broken glass is everywhere, the shards on the floor twinkle in the moonlight coming through the open window. It's kind of pretty, despite the circumstances. A cool draft for the window brings the scent of something sharp and metallic. You flip on the light and see the puddle is red and viscous. That's a lot of tomato sauce, you think, hopefully, but when you kneel to investigate more closely, you know it's blood. You gag and run to the window to throw up. The fresh air wafting inside settles your stomach. You've never noticed before how bad this place smells all the time. Like greasy old pizza and sweat and sometimes rotten meat and now blood. Human blood? An animal must have gotten in, you say aloud, as if that would make it true. Whatever it was, it's gone, one way or another. You just have to worry about keeping anyone else out. You place a plank over the window and are about to hammer in the first nail when you hear strains of music from the dining area. It's getting louder.
Gotta listen and wait, I guess.
Yeah, it's Freddy plays music, doesn't he?
Yeah.
If you climb out the window, that's not what we do. Music of unknown origin in the middle of the night feels ominous. Duh. Right now isn't the time. Also, you hear the doo-doo-doo-doo in the FNAF 1. You tiptoe to the open door of party room 2 and grip the handle of the hammer tightly.
The large bloodstains and stuff also are a big feature in FNAF 2, where there are bloodstains all over the floor everywhere.
Yep.
The puppet obviously is music.
You've heard this song before. It's a march played on a music
Freddy's.
box or something. As far as you're aware, none of the animatronics have a built-in music box.
The Toreador March.
Though you think you've seen one over by the prize counter.
So this is interesting. So it's
This
saying,
is saying it's FNAF 2.
Saying Freddy doesn't have a music box in him, and the prize counters were the puppet.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like the fact that there's a box, a music box by the prize counter implies this is kind of like a hybrid state between 1 and 2.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah, the party rooms already imply that this is kind of FNAF 2.
Yeah, the 2 party rooms and there being a music box.
Yeah.
The music comes closer and closer and closer, then it moves past the party rooms and fades. You risk a peek around the open doorway and see Freddy Fazbear walking away, microphone in hand. You choke back a gasp. This is the first time you've seen Freddy out like this on his own. You're beginning to wonder if he'd ever step off that stage. Now you're worried about what finally drew him out. At least he's gone for now. You board up the window quickly, straining to hear whether Freddy or any of the others are approaching. Now that the task is done, there's still all that blood to clean up. So much blood. But you've been away from the cameras for too long. Maybe you should swing by the security office first to check in.
Yeah, check on Foxy.
Yeah.
And I don't want to clean up the blood, really.
Freddy went towards the show stage on the west end of the dining area, so you stick to the east side. You plan to return to the security office via the east hall before continuing on to the supply closet to finish your tasks for the night. But as you pass the kitchen, you think again about the intruder who broke into the party room and lost a lot of blood. The only place they could be hiding is in the kitchen, since the camera is the only transmitting audio. It's on your way. Maybe you should duck in there to check things out. We've never seen this
Yeah,
kitchen.
let's see the kitchen. We never get to go into the kitchen.
Yeah, let's do it. Why not? You slip into the kitchen just to make sure no one's hiding in there, and maybe grab a little snack since you haven't eaten in hours. That's one of the benefits of the video feed being out in the kitchen. No one will be the wiser. And if anyone does notice some food missing, you can always blame Chica. He is just such a shitty person, isn't he? He's like, blame the animatronic. You hit the jackpot.
He's so hungry.
There's a yellow cupcake on the metal counter with pink frosting. An unlit candle sticks out of the centre. This must have been left over from a birthday party. Maybe one of the kitchen staff meant to take it home and forgot it.
No.
You poke the frosting.
What?
It has a hard outer layer, but it's soft underneath, as fresh as food gets around here. You lick the frosting from your finger. Delicious, without questioning the wisdom of eating random food you found lying around. Yeah, this is some fey shit. You're about to pick up the cupcake when you hear footsteps approaching quickly. You better get out of sight. You want to take the cupcake with you, but it might work better as a distraction if you can light the candle and draw attention to it. Do we have a lighter? I don't think we do.
I don't remember a lighter.
We don't. We only have a flashlight, so we can't light it.
Sad.
I know I want to light the cupcake. Oh, I didn't mean
That's
that.
fine, we can take it with us.
If you hide behind the counter, hide behind the counter. You hop over the counter and drop down behind it softly a moment before someone enters the kitchen. Did they see you? You crouch with your head below the counter, muscles tensed and ready to run or fight, whatever you must do to survive. A large shadow on the wall, cast by light for the doorway, suggests your visitor is one of the animatronics. The round profile looks like Chica. The animatronic bumps into a baker's rack and a pot clatters to the floor. Definitely Chica. Chica has a big appetite. Her bib reads "let's eat" after all, but you've never seen her actually eat anything. Sometimes she carries around her little cupcake companion.
Yes!
Or they hand her a prop pizza slice for a party.
The prop pizza.
You have a sudden image of her pecking someone to death with her beak and then using her eerily human teeth to tear into their flesh. You hold back a shudder at the horrific thought. She's doing something at the counter, but you can't determine what. A few minutes later, she leaves the room. You slowly raise your head to look out. Yes, Chica's gone, and unfortunately so is the cupcake you were going to eat. In its place, Chica has left her prop companion,
Hooray!
Mr. Cupcake.
Of course we're gonna examine the cupcake.
Maybe we shouldn't examine the cupcake.
Examine the cupcake. Mr. Cupcake!
Mr. Cupcake. Shh, shh, shh. Please don't explode. Darcy's scared as well. He's like, what? Why are you so excited?
Ah.
Mr. Cupcake looks much like the birthday cupcake you just lost to Chica, only bigger with a fake lit candle and large haunting eyes. You swear those eyes follow you as you get closer to it. An optical illusion, you think, but your hands tremble as you reach down to pick up the abandoned prop. It's heavier than it looks, probably
Yay!
£10 easy. £10? You assumed it would be hollow or some cheap plastic, but it's metal, and you wonder if it has some rudimentary animatronic
Yes.
parts inside that interact with Chica
He's a full
during her stage performances.
Yes!
Begrudgingly, you admit to yourself that it's kind of
Yes.
cute. I guess I can't leave you in here all by yourself, you say. Someone's liable to try and eat you.
You just try to eat that cupcake,
I know.
dude.
You can always return it to Chica later on. Maybe you can use it to distract her at a crucial moment, or it can just be a souvenir to remember
He's
your
gonna
time
kidnap
here.
Mr.
He's gonna
Cupcake!
steal him as if you could forget. Oh my god. That's funny.
Add Mr. Cupcake to our inventory. The best. At last. Oh, come on. Yes. Aww. Like a Pokemon. We can throw him at things.
Oh, I broke the text. He's too powerful.
Yay. It's broken.
There.
Mr.
Right.
Cupcake.
So now we've got Mr. Cupcake.
Now we go to the security office.
I don't know if I want that in my
Hooray.
pockets, honestly. Right. You make it back to the security office without encountering any more animatronics, but you don't get comfortable. You can't stay long, with that bloody mess in party room too. But there's always time to sweep the cameras for trouble. Freddy's missing for the stage, but Bonnie and Chica are back there already. Chica has stains around her mouth, but the black and white video makes it hard to identify what it is. Could it be frosting for the cupcake she found in the kitchen? Or could be frosting for the cupcake? Yeah, that must be what it is.
We know it's blood.
Even Foxy's still hiding out in Pirate Cove. This night has been feeling off. And your reason it's because it's the first night Freddy has gone wandering. It's possible the other animatronics are lying low tonight to give him some room to explore. They're not afraid of him, are they? You can't pick up Freddy on any of the cameras, but you do hear his music playing in the kitchen. It's a popular spot tonight. He's like, where's Mr. Cupcake?
Mm-hmm. Aww.
Satisfied that you're taking only a minimal risk as long as you steer clear of Freddy's music, you stop by the supply closet for the second time tonight. You grab a mop, some cleaning products, and a bucket. Something rattles inside the bucket. You steel yourself for something traumatic like a dismembered body part or a small dead animal and look inside. A pink water pistol is at the bottom of the bucket. It's the kind of toy they give away at the prize counter if you turn in enough tickets. A cheap toy that probably won't work right and will cease working completely after playing with it a few times. You know they buy these things in bulk for pennies a piece, then make several dollars profit off them. Finally, I'm armed, you think?
That's it, definitely hit. Yeah, this is also Henry vibes. Henry's like, give me a gun.
Henry's like, shoots them in the eyes.
Yeah. His in his last note to Jen, he's like, shoot everything.
Yeah.
He's like, shoot anything that comes out.
Yeah, he's like,
They definitely
he's like,
have guns.
destroy the house and shoot what comes out.
Yeah.
You raise the water gun and spin around to aim at the hall outside the closet. Go ahead, make my night, punk.
Oh, go. Of course.
The hall is empty. You probably scared everyone off.
Oh no, Mr. Tough Guy. He has his pink water pistol and he's like, I'm so scary.
You slip the water pistol into a pocket. Even though it's plastic junk, it does make you feel a little safer. Which probably says something about how unsafe this whole situation is.
No, Ralph. How could you think that?
Unsafe?
You're going to clean up blood right now from a dead person.
We've got 2 screwdrivers for some reason, so I don't know. Right.
And a pink water pistol.
Pink water pistol. Right. You hurry back to party room 2 to clean up. The puddle on the floor is dried some, so it hardly even resembles blood anymore as you apply the mop and bleach and add some pine-scented shine to the red and blue tiles. To save yourself some time, you bring the cleaning supplies to the security office with you. The day shift can put them away, and this way everyone will know that you weren't just sitting in front of the screens tonight. You definitely put in a good night's work. He's always like, notice me, senpai.
Of cleaning up the bodies?
I know. Freddy's music starts up again, and it sounds like it's right outside the office, but you can't tell which door it's coming from. It seems to be coming from all around you. You grab the desk clock, it's 5:59 a.m, and back up looking from one door to the other. You hear laughter and see light flash on your left.
Nothing we can do about that.
Freddy's eyes and mouth are strobing white light like a demented jack-o'-lantern while the song continues playing as if there's a music box in his head. The song is almost over and you don't know what will happen
it
then.
It emphasizes again that Freddy's not really supposed to have a music box. The puppet does have a music box. There's weirdness like about like the puppet being in Freddy. That happens with Lefty at the end as well, where he lures her into a Freddy specifically. I think there may be some overlap with Puppet and Golden Freddy, so there's some kind of Puppet Freddy overlap there.
This page has 3,000 locations. This thing has 3,000 locations. See it? Page 118 of 250.
Mm-hmm.
Location 138 of 3035. I wonder what that means.
Yeah.
The song is almost over and you don't know what will happen then. The clock flips over to 6 a.m. and you immediately hold it in front of you like, it's 6 a.m, Freddy, go back to your stage, you shout, 6 a.m. To your surprise, the music stops and Freddy does in fact slink off. You look at the clock in your hand, a makeshift talisman that only works once a night at a very specific time. The question is, do the animatronics have internal clocks? Or could you deter them by simply changing the time on this clock?
No, I think it'll be with day and night, but...
Home again. You stop in the kitchen and wash your hands vigorously under the hottest water you can stand for 2 minutes and they still don't feel clean.
That's a Macbeth reference.
He just cleaned up a murder. He's like, it's fine.
The Macbeth's wife is like, goes crazy and she's like, out damn
Out,
spots. She can't think. She keeps seeing blood on her hands, keeps trying to rinse them out, and it's still there.
This last night has left a mark on you that you don't think will ever come out.
Yeah, well.
You head to your daughter's room and run into her in the hall, already dressed for school.
And he did it for brownie points.
Yeah.
He
didn't need to, could have just stayed in the office.
And he knows that it would be horrible. He's like, he's like, thinks about it. He's like, it would be so horrible if someone cleaned up my murder and my daughter came to Freddy's in search of me, or never knew what happened, and that would be the worst thing that could possibly happen. And he's like, does that exact thing to somebody else.
Yep.
Ralph?
You head into your daughter's room and run into her in the hall, already dressed for school. Coppelia has bags under her eyes. You look at each other for a moment and then she wraps you in a tight hug. Are you okay? She whispers. Her voice trembles. I'm alive, you laugh, but neither of you finds it funny. Are you okay? Why are you up so early? I didn't sleep well. We've still got Mr. Cupcake in her pocket. The two of you walk back to the kitchen together. She holds on your arm. Someone called last night looking for you. Who? When? She didn't say. She called a minute after you left, hoping to catch you. Did she leave a message? She said she would, and then she hung up. There wasn't a very good connection. Huh. If it's important, she'll call back. You don't feel up.
Chica looking for a cupcake.
She's like, where's my cupcake? You don't feel up to making breakfast, and Coppelia doesn't seem up to eating much, so you pour 2 bowls of sugary cereal. I'm glad you're home, she says. Me too. Can't I skip school? I want to hang out with you. You're tempted, but she needs to go to class. That's what kids do, right? Just like you have to work.
This is the last time she'll ever see you, Ralph.
I don't think so. Not today, sweetie. I need to sleep anyway. Go ahead. I just wanted to be around you. Staring at me while I sleep. Sounds creepy. You wink and you both laugh.
Oh,
and
good.
just like that, whatever has been haunting you lifts and memories of the awful night fade away. Tell you what, you can stay home if you tidy your room.
Good.
It's getting to be a mess, and I'm done cleaning up after other people. No deal. You smirk. Thought so. So bring me any souvenirs. She oh no. Oh no. He can give her cupcake. Let's not. I did find a
Yay.
couple of things lying around. An image of the large bloody puddle pops into your mind. Your breakfast starts to come back up, but you swallow it down. It leaves a bad taste in your mouth. Dad, what's wrong? Tonight was a lot. I'll tell you about it later. Never. Here's your prize for being Daughter of the Month. You reach into your bag. So we don't have a gold ring.
No,
I
we
don't know where
don't.
we get that from. We do have Mr. Cupcake.
Mm-hmm.
We do have the pistol. Thumbs up. We should give her Mr. Cupcake because that's unhinged
Okay.
behaviour.
Sure. It's a whole
Chica's going to be furious.
animatronic.
She inspects the toy cupcake. Don't bite down on it, you say. It's not a real cupcake. She turns it from side to side. It's cute. Was that a question mark, you ask? I think so. She squints at Mr. Cupcake. I mean, it's goofy, so I kind of like it. Doesn't that chicken carry this around? Chica. Right. Don't you think it's messed up that chicken wings are on the menu when one of the stars of the restaurant is a giant chicken? You sigh. They're called Chica's hot wings too. That's above my pay grade. Oh my god. She stores Mr. Cupcake in her backpack. Thanks, Daddy. I'm going to show this to my friends at school. I'll see you later.
This is our worst idea.
Be good and have a good day. As tired as you are, it takes you a while to fall asleep, so you're annoyed when the phone rings a couple hours later. You pick up the headset and bark.
Oh.
What? Are you Coppelia's father? A woman asks. You sit up in bed. Yes. Is she alright? We were hoping you could tell us. She didn't show up for school this morning. Was she on the bus? No one's seen her since yesterday afternoon. You drop the phone and run outside the bus stop on the corner. You find Coppelia's backpack there, torn to shreds, her books and papers scattered and blowing in the wind.
Giving her the cupcake wasn't a good idea.
It's fine. She's probably run off to live happily with Cupcake.
The cupcake belongs with us. We found him. We
But it doesn't bode well for us either,
couldn't
honestly.
give away such a treasure.
It really doesn't bode well for us, given what
No.
happened to her.
I want Mr. Cupcake back. He runned away.
To restart this scene, they're like, don't give her the cupcake, guys. Right, so we'll
Water
just
pistol.
give her the water pistol, and maybe she can just not die horribly on the way to school.
Give for school. Here, have a gun for school. She's gonna get kicked out of school.
She spins the water pistol around her finger like a Wild West gunslinger and points it at your chest. You've got to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk? This was a mistake. Gimme. You reach out to take back the toy gun. Oh, you want it? Yes, let me have it. Okay. She squeezes the trigger and water squirts you in the face. Her peals of laughter fill the kitchen. Thanks. You wipe the water from your face and watch her laughing. You asked for it, she said. I sure did. She starts to put the water pistol in her backpack. Nope, you say.
I was about to say.
Oh, I wasn't going to use it. She pulls the water pistol out sadly. Then why bring it? Oh, that's cute. Darcy's got his chin on the table. It makes me feel safer, she says. It shoots water. The Wicked Witch of the West has been bullying me at school lately, and I really think this would help me manage this situation. You're not going to murder the Wicked Witch of the West. Leave it here. I'll be waiting for you. I'll be waiting for you after school. What a world. What a world. She puts the toy down on the coffee table. What about you? I'll be here too. She smiles. Good. She leaves and you head to bed. When you close your eyes, all you see are the horrors of the night. Then you feel your damp hair and you laugh and fall asleep. Yeah, because she sprayed you with the water pistol.
The water pistol. Gotta remove it.
Gotta kill that water pistol.
And keep Mr. Cupcake.
Mr. Cupcake is terrifying, and I regret picking him up.
Yay!
Our torn backpack's all that's gonna
Mr.
remain.
Cupcake's gonna come in clutch.
You know something is off as soon as you arrive for your shift tonight. Way off. It doesn't take a detective to figure that much out because all the lights are on at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza.
Like, I like that, you know, there's really no good reason for us to be here except we want to be a good employee, except we're even leaving the job. Like,
quit.
He's
turned in his notice. He could just not come back to work.
Yeah, he's
what
like,
are they
but
gonna do, fire him?
he's like, I have to finish out the last 2 days of my murderous notice. That is the only reason.
Just bail, dude. Just be like, screw that. I'm leaving. All the lights are on at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza like it's open for business, only it's midnight. So maybe someone forgot to switch off the lights on their way out, but it isn't as simple as that. Like the good night watchman you are, you check the security cameras before you do anything else, and what you see has you both baffled and anxious. The animatronics are more active than usual, especially for this hour. They seem to be having a party in the dining area. Freddy's up on the stage singing his Clockwork Heart out, while Bonnie and Chica are showing off their moves on the dance floor below. Bonnie is swinging his bass guitar around and Chica's doing the chicken dance up and down the aisles, knocking chairs over.
She can do the chicken dance.
She's like... Oh, God. Even Foxy is joining in, so you know this is big trouble. He's dancing
cute.
on the tables,
It's
crushing
so cute.
party hats and shredding tablecloths with his shiny metal feet. Aww. You cover your eyes. Now this is a nightmare. You don't know how you're going to clean this up, but you can't even think of janitorial duties until you shut down the party. How are you going to do that? He's like, break it up, guys. He's like, I'm going to call the cops.
I would be like, leaves them. I'd be like, they're having a good time.
I'd be like, that's cute.
I'd be like, Cupcake?
I'm not working here after this week, so who cares?
Yeah.
What are they going to do? You can't just ask them nicely to stop. They'll come right after you. Yeah, I would too. I'd be like, I'm having a party, fuck off. With all the lights on, maybe the animatronics never switched over into night mode and they don't know what to do without supervision or kids to entertain. You might be able to get them back on track if you just turn off the lights. But you can't walk around switching off lights either, then they'll come right after you.
It's the same thing. He's like,
if
they're
only
gonna
there was
come
a way
after
to
me.
turn off all the lights at once. Other than praying for a well-timed blackout to make it easy for you, your best bet is to head to the breaker room and shut the power to the entire restaurant. That should force their systems to reboot. But there's a big problem. The breaker room is behind the stage on the other side of the dining area, and sneaking through there while the lights on without alarming Freddy, Bonnie, Chica or Foxy would be a small miracle. If you succeed at that, you're definitely going to buy a lottery ticket in the morning. Let's just walk in.
You just want to walk in there?
I want to see what happens.
Mr. Cupcake's there, so...
We can just be like, I've got your cupcake, let me through, or he gets it.
Do you gonna threaten Mr.
Yeah.
Cupcake?
I'm going to smash Mr. Cupcake. I'll be like, let me past, or the cupcake gets it. And that's it.
Okay, that's your plan.
Yeah. You slip quietly down the west hall towards the dining area. At the entrance to the room, you press yourself against the wall and peer inside. Freddy and Foxy are on the stage together while a strange song plays over the speakers. You think it's a recent pop hit, but it's running backwards and at a reduced speed. Every now and then you catch words and phrases in the recording that give you a chill. Death for all, pain, fire and knife, stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's like backmasking the songs.
Yeah.
It's like D&D, like satanic panic stuff. You must be mishearing them. The human brain often tries to make sense out of nonsense, leading you to see and hear things that aren't really there. But there's no making sense out of what Foxy's doing. His movements are jerky and erratic, less like dancing and more like malfunctioning. It reminds you of watching clay models move in one of those old Ray Harryhausen stop motion films. My tracker has just been annoying, isn't it? Is my hand okay? Yeah. Bonnie and Chica are playing games. Chica tosses party hats towards Bonnie, and Bonnie swings at them with his guitar. Aww. You might be able to get by them unnoticed while they're preoccupied by their antics. So who's on which side? So Freddy and Foxy are on the stage. And then... Darcy, stop trying to steal my food. Bonnie and Chica are playing games.
Start left. Just first thing comes to mind.
Let's go. Yeah.
No.
So we didn't think this through. You have to either sneak along the back. Just keep dancing. While the lights on, the animatronics notice you right away, and they're delighted to have an audience. Bonnie snatches you up. They give you the best seat in the house at the front of the dining area.
Yay!
It gives you a perfect view of the stage where Freddy, Bonnie and Chica perform increasingly disturbing song and dance routines.
Yay!
You have no choice but to watch and hope their batteries wear down eventually, and try not to think about what they'll do with you when they get bored.
Well, I thought that was okay.
You're like, I want to spend time at the party. Try the right hand side. It's a shorter trip to the north end of it, and you want to spend as little time here with the animatronics as you can. You crawl along, keeping behind the tables, and out of line of sight, but there's a big gap between the tables near Pirate Cove. They don't want anyone sitting too close to the entrance. You keep an eye on Freddy, Foxy,
That's
Bob.
where we
that's
think-
where we think he stole the kids to.
Yeah, that's where I think the back room is.
Yeah, they're like,
Through
we don't want
Foxy's
people sitting
Cove.
here in case they can be snatched away.
Mm-hmm.
When you're halfway across, the music abruptly stops. You instinctively dive roll to your left, through the curtains, into the dark entrance of Pirate Cove. You bruise your shoulder, but that likely hurts less than being forced to occupy the same space as an exoskeleton in a mascot suit. The animatronics didn't see you. They're still going about their business. Oh, my battery's running out on my thing. Another one starts up, playing backwards, Misery, Agony, but how long? I am in misery. You might be trapped in Pirate Cove for a while, waiting for your chance to move forward, but this is also a rare opportunity. You've never been back here before, and with Foxy enjoying his comeback tour with the old band, you can look around the area while he's gone. Maybe there's another way to the breaker room through here. Yeah, we're
look around.
As you look around Pirate Cove, you consider why you've never been back here before, even during the day. The only reason you can come up with is Foxy makes you uncomfortable. You used to love watching him perform, and as a lifelong fan of pirate stories, he was always your favourite of the Fazbear mascots.
He just likes pirates. He's just basic.
But seeing him up close, I know he's just like, I just like pirates. He's like,
he has one eye patch, and that's me sold.
And a hook hand, and that's it. That's all I want. Seeing him up close and personal was a different story, and you have to admit he's scary, especially in his current state of disrepair. Especially when you know what the animatronics are truly capable of.
You takes it back.
You just never want to be alone with Foxy in a room, especially on his home turf. It's a shame they had to shut this area down though. It was popular with the kids, and you can tell the designers put a lot of work into it. They built a veritable cave of wonders with treasure chests and glittering piles of gold and jewels around Foxy's charging platform. They're all fake, of course, but they're so convincing you want to stuff your pockets with them.
Okay.
They really should pay us more, you think, but just remember what happened in the Goonies. At the very back of the cove...
When was the Goonies? Obviously it'll be after 1987, I'm sure, but...
Yeah, the Goonies isn't older. That's older than us, I think.
Yeah, 80s movie, right?
It was
1985,
never, it was never popular here.
That's fine, yeah.
Yeah, the Goonies, At the very back of the cove, you find a nook with a pedestal and an old-fashioned scale, a beam with pans suspended at either end. The pans are filled with golden trinkets. The pan on the left is slightly lower than the one on the right. There's a small slot in the pedestal just below the scale, like the ones that dispense tickets at the games around Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Below the alcove is a metal grate covering a ventilation shaft. If you examine the grate, if you take coins for the pan, if you have a coin and want to add it to the right pan, if you have a ring and want to add it... He's like, this is the judgment scales.
Obviously, yeah, if you take coins, you'll get, screwed over. I think, and if we don't have a coin or a ring, though.
No.
We gave up the coin, and we never found a ring.
Yeah, but this is interesting. This is the judgment scales as well. You know,
I
like
just pull this
Egyptian.
up as another thing to come back and check.
We might have to take a break in a second anyway, because my battery's running out of my phone, and then I can just charge it and we can... So let's see, let me make a wee note of this page. 147 of. Yep.
And then you gonna note what it is as well, Foxy treasure stuff. Yeah.
Let me see. Yep. So we'll take a break just now, and yeah, that's been like wow, nearly 2 hours 40 minutes we've been on for. Doesn't feel like any time. We'll take a break, and depending what time it is and how much energy we've got, it's 10 o'clock. I don't know. Maybe we'll see. Might do more. Yep. So catch you in the next bit whenever that is.
Yep.